Okay, testing. Yeah, I sat down like a second afterwards. A second afterwards, I realized like, oh wait, the closet's open. Might as well close that or something. Anyways, I've been downstairs trying to sort out something, and here we go. Might as well get people piling in. Just do this. I'm being silent for a bit and realizing that there's like several people that have joined that I just haven't been looking at the screen for. Okie dokie. Oh, never mind. It's like a new group that's been created that I was supposed to look at. Oh, there's chats. Okay, perfect. All right. Hi, Jacob. How are you doing? I'm doing all right. I still have the issue with my foot ever so slightly. It's still swollen, and my big toe has been feeling weird for quite some time, slightly numb for some reason. But yeah, no muscle stents. Like, oh, you called me Meat Jam for the first time in ages. I missed that. Yeah, basically, apart from that, I have a slight sore throat, which what I was dealing with downstairs was getting honey and lemon for myself. It's warm in there, so I'm just gonna open it up so it actually cools down a bit. That's a science lesson for all of you lot. Convection. It's a fast way of something losing heat because heat rises. Why streamed a stream your channel and the Butter Bunch? Well, because I wanted to put it on the most places possible because I was like, well, pretty much everyone that follows me in some description with what platform they're in watches the Mutant Girl or has been exposed to the Mutant Girl to some extent. So I thought, okay, if I'm gonna post something to reach everywhere at least once, then let it be here. Also, Barbara only had Pop Goes Arcade for a long time, so convection's also used for heating, yes, but not in this case. I wanted to lose heat and not gain it, hopefully, because otherwise I won't be able to drink anything. But you are right. All right, let's let in some guests. Emily's been waiting very patiently, so here we go. Emily, you come in.
Hi. What's your favourite accidental face reveal here?
Wait, no, I don't. I should be able to hear you just fine. What?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Oh, is Restream doing the thing with his guest again or something?
Oh dear.
Hang on, I think I know what the issue is.
Hey chat, can you hear me?
Yes. So you know I had that. You know how I had the issue last time of Restream where I basically actually this was on 5 years later. It's on the Red Staff Mail one. I had to put screen share on. The reason was because the stream tab was muted. That was the simple solution.
Oh.
Welcome, baby. Yeah, it's always something super simple. Yeah. Okay. Let me just welcome in some people. Cursed Pikachu has imitated his sister and said a random word to begin with.
Here's what I hate. I told you on your stream that it was the tab muted. I was like, oh, just right click it, see if it's muted. And I don't remember you ever reading that message. Maybe I missed it. All I'm saying, I don't remember that.
If I did read that, I must have interpreted it as check to see if the actual microphone was muted or the headset was muted.
I literally said right click the tab.
Maya, why do you spell Emily with Emilie?
Because you're French now.
Welcome back to the Butter Bunch.
Emilie, bonjour.
Yeah.
And can you tell that I've been to Paris recently?
Welcome back to the Butter Bunch. There will be no swearing this stream for some god-given reason, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Couldn't imagine
that's
why.
been
It's
broken.
almost like I can't imagine why. It's almost like the explanation is on the Jacob Butter channel as well.
Yes,
Which
we
you might be able to check out.
I mean, presumably, yes. I mean, just look up Jacob Butter. It's I'm not the one who normally puts links in the chat to different things.
Yeah,
I could.
I think subscribing would be the right idea, just for the
Me
extra
too.
understanding.
I mean, me too. Oh, also, this is actually the face reveal for the win. Accidental, well, not this time. Oh, and apparently it's because my Sakolo, who spells it that way, is just the only Emily I've been texting lately, usually to ask for shift covers. Okay.
Right. Love that.
BB crack some jokes on me before we start. Okay.
Have we not done this already?
Can I join in?
No.
Damn it.
Okay. All right. Fine. Josh talks so much.
I want him to die.
I was meant to be like, how much does he talk? Like the classic comedic setup. That was not the response I was getting. I was gonna make a wholesome punchline after that. Was like, that's the prompt. Have you ever heard those? It's like
it made two different people laugh though. As far as I'm aware, it did something.
It certainly did something. You are correct in that assessment. It did something. And I'm sure that if Mimi's still watching, that's a third person. Okay.
Well, okay, no, Mimi's back here like, oh my god, Mimi, you act like I've ever the only time I've ever censored myself was in regards to swear words on Jacob's channel. Be quiet.
Oh yeah, no. See that during the tag hunt video, she went on a full spiel about like her opinions on abortion, which was not relevant to the video whatsoever.
Was that? That's not where I was thinking you're gonna go with that. I thought you were gonna mention the immense amount of detail I went into about playing Blades and Sorcery.
Oh, that was another thing. Yes, that also came into it. I mean,
for those of you who don't know Blade and Sorceries, it's this great VR game. It's a very simple game, not any story or anything. It's just you're sitting there you're sitting there in like an arena, and then you kill people, and that's it. But you can kill people in many amazing ways.
That sounds like Fortnite to me.
Oh no, Shorty, you didn't do anything wrong. No, what I was saying is because you said, "Oh my God, BB," after hearing the thing, to which I responded, "I don't censor myself generally."
Yeah. All right. Let me just not even for my school assignment where you censored. Which school assignment was this?
That reminds me when Jacob put me in a school assignment. I think it was with Mimi and Ding. You were talking about how we all went on the downfall. So.
Yes, because I needed examples of like gacha tubers stop doing the thing that made their channels what was, and then just like somehow complained about the fact that the channel was dying. It's like, gee, I wonder what happened.
Oh my God, I'm so cold. I need my hoodie.
Hold on, I need to. All right, there we go. I have alerted Monet of the stream, even though it's not an AFMA one. But yeah, you have me for a whole hour here, Jacob. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and get started. I feel like if we because I mean, I meant to be waiting for Aiden for this, but he said that he was going to be 10 minutes to get back home. It's been 10 minutes. He would have actually arrived
He's online now.
here on time
Oh.
for the stream if it was actually 10 minutes, but it was. I'm sure he's going to show up eventually.
He showed up.
But yeah, we'll get to his part. And
He's
pause as I say that.
in the
Okay,
chat.
I'll let him in. Yeah, he's in the chat now.
Nah, I
He
don't
wasn't
see-
when
I
I
don't-
started that
I don't-
speech.
I don't see him.
Who's Aiden? Don't know him.
Yeah, I don't. Sounds like the worst.
No, he's the best.
You spoke me into
Aiden is the best about the worst. Aiden is the best at the worst.
Well, what
Actually,
a
Oh, hey,
good
look,
joke
I know, it's such a good joke.
it was.
It's so original.
Ha, ha, ha,
Who's like
ha.
points out like, okay, I know we can't see him right now, but what I can see is just him eagerly like peering down like this at the cast going just like slurping through a straw. Like, that is the
Yeah.
creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Listen,
Did you
I'm a
get a
horror movie
haircut?
character.
Apparently,
Anyways. Oh, Jacob, I'm gonna DM you something.
Of course you are.
Since we're throwing up logos.
Aiden, did you get a haircut?
Yeah. I would have asked you for the Fallen Angels logo for this stream as well, but presumably you're doing your half on your channel. So
yeah, I didn't start streaming on my channel, so yeah.
oh, okay.
No, come on, logo. I need to pop you up. Show all 14. There. I'm trying to pop up the logo from my computer. Anyways, there's Fallen Angel logo.
Okay, hang on.
I think my logo looks better. My logo is the best
No, it
logo
doesn't.
here because it's made by
No, it doesn't.
Ghosty.
No.
It's made by Ghosty, so it's the best logo.
I'm pretty sure my logo is also made by Ghosty.
Is your logo made by Ghosty? I don't think. No, I think that was before you met Ghosty. Ghosty started working for you like after Through Her Eyes happened, because she made it. So no, Ghosty didn't make the logo.
Oh, then who made the musical?
I don't know who made the Mutant Girl logo. That's the problem.
Wasn't it Nasib? Because she made the intro as well.
No, Nasib did
original
not
intro.
make the logo.
Bro, this reminds me-
Nasib left by the time the logo was
speaking of like Mutant Girl people, the Mutant Girl herself has showed up. It's
Morwenna May. Hey.
Oh, hello.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Yeah, no, this is reminding me of the conversation. I said one thing. Well, sorry. Mimi said one thing last night. I said one thing, and then I didn't hear a word from Mimi again until about an hour ago. So, sorry, actually, less than an hour ago. Anyways, that's the context there. But it reminds me because Mimi was like, "Hey, you need to update like your picture because like it's outdated." And Aiden said this too, actually. And my problem is like, I don't know who made mine. If I'm being completely honest, I've skimmed through my DMs a few times. I cannot find the original anywhere.
I mean, if you're referring to the picture that you have now on Discord, that's because the original one. You probably blocked the user.
Oh.
Did I?
Was it the
Most
same
likely.
OG creator of the Jacob Buttercore logo?
Yep.
No.
What? No, it wasn't him.
Wasn't it? I'm
No.
pretty sure it was him.
It was
No,
around the same
his
time.
current
Like-
profile, her current profile picture came a while after.
I was
No
gonna
one
say-
Yeah.
knows who made anything anymore.
Yeah, my
Look,
profile picture.
I know who made mine. My profile picture and my Fallen Angel logo and my studio logo are all made by Ghosty. She's very talented.
This is
I know
this
who
is
made my
just
profile
this is
picture.
just like this is just
Yeah,
like but the thing with people where they say like the artists like stay and the artists go and the ideas remain. It's just basically that.
Yeah, this image was made specifically after we had found out everything about that person because I didn't want an icon from him.
All right. Oh, surprise guest, everyone! It's Blackjack.
Hey,
You're the person who pings me on GLBA.
aren't you
Pretty
like
much.
a voice actor? Oh, for Judgment?
I'm not a voice actor for Judgment. No.
Well, she's the creator of Judgment.
No, I mean, I was talking about BB.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I'm
right.
not in Judgment.
Yeah, no. So I guess that was the only thing that you would know Blackjack for.
If you're talking,
no,
we
we
can't
can't
hear
hear
you.
Yeah. Anyways, are we gonna actually?
Before we start,
Yes.
when in the world did you dye your hair?
That
And
was a
what
while
color
ago.
is that?
Yeah,
It's
wasn't-
blonde.
Oh,
wasn't
I
it-
fixed it! I fixed it! Yes!
Hey!
And you're loud. You're very loud.
Yeah, please move away from the microphone. You're like peaking.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That was loud. I was expecting that.
By the way,
No.
can
Yeah.
I say that with the lighting of this right now,
Andrew!
I
I
can
didn't
see that.
I got the Blackbird
Andrew!
pass yesterday. What?
It's a stream.
I got the Blackbird pass. I got a black pass.
Andrew!
So y'all don't complain.
What?
I literally have screenshot proof. So
Andrew!
shut
Oh!
up. Anyways, we got these for you.
Oh, thank you.
You can have the leftovers.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, who are you streaming?
Just some other gotcha tubers.
Is your camera on?
No.
Another
Okay,
gotcha
good. You
tuber.
can't see that. I'm white.
Andrew, you're Asian.
I got the black pass.
You're Asian.
Insane.
Okay, Andrew, I don't know if you can hear us, but no one actually cares. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm about that.
All right, let it be known.
Okay.
Yeah, let it-
Chat, can we get a hashtag Andrew is Asian going, please?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let it be known that Andrew is Asian and does have the black pass.
It's a very
Well,
important
actually, he's
detail
both.
that must
Oh.
be discussed. Very, very essential and crucial.
Okay,
The
so
drama of the
let's
stream.
actually talk about what's happening on the stream here.
I didn't
I don't think I
Stop listening.
we are talking about what's happening on the stream. Did you
No,
not
I
just did you
mean,
miss all that?
No, I mean,
Okay, but before we actually go to the topic at hand, there is one more comment. The reason I put you on center screen right there is because I want to point out that with the lighting of this stream,
Is your camera on?
actually
No,
makes you look like
It's
you.
on. Something
No. Seriously, no. That's me.
Oh.
That's what they see. Also, Andrew, you're making a new.
Black.
I don't care.
Mute,
Wait, what's that say? I
You
would like my
microphone if you aren't speaking.
what?
oh my.
I mean,
Okay, so let's talk about stuff.
yes. So as
Oh.
I was saying, the reason I put you instead of screen there is because I want to point out that your haircut in with the lighting actually makes you look like Felix.
Yeah, it looks orange.
Mhm. Hi, have you seen any kids I got kidnapped and experiment on?
Hey, look,
Why'd you
Felix,
talk
guess
to
what?
the voice
It's
you
your
want
ex.
Oh no! No, Empress, no!
That was the best timing ever. That
No.
was the best timing.
More specifically, why my child?
Listen,
Oh,
I had
dear,
to do
yes.
it. She was the weakest link. She was the weakest link.
Yeah.
You just call
Yeah,
my
very
child
true.
a weak link. You.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, make a better one.
I want to speak to your manager.
Eliza is a Karen confirmed, guys. Let's get that in the chat. Eliza is a Karen.
Oh dear. Well, if the characters
up,
do
you're
need more
kidding,
characterization, that's one way of going about it, I suppose.
Also, Jacob, if you're able to edit our audio volumes, could you turn down Blackjack's a bit, because according to Shorty, no
Yeah,
one on the stream can hear anyone else except for Blackjack.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I put Blackjack on 36.
Yeah. The
What
inner.
if we also
Oh,
got
okay.
100?
Curse Pikachu's here.
Yes. Where's
Yeah,
Pikachu?
that's been here for a while. Yeah.
Also, Josh.
I know Curse Pikachu. Curse Pikachu is a regular.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, most of them
And
are fun, but, you know.
Okay, so
I
anyways,
choose
so
you.
let's so Jacob, explain what the stream's all about.
Okay, sure. I'll put myself in center now. Okay, so this came out after basically last night I had a couple of conversations with two different people, both of whom are actually here right now. And one of them just like, oh, hold on a second, we have one more person. There we go.
Oh my
so
god, I
that's-
just realized something. Is this the
What?
first time we've
You
had
told me
guests
you
on the
were gonna
Butter Bunch
tag
channel?
them.
No, actually, it's
No.
not. We had them before.
When was the first time we had guests on the Butter Bunch channel?
It was a different stream that was also hosted on the main channel.
Okay.
Okay, and our guest just left. All right, so explanation again. So it starts off when I was talking to Monet last night, and how she just said that one thing that was on her mind was the fact that she had detected certain issues with the Mutant Girl's writing. So we talked about a few of those. I then ended up, because Aiden called me later, I then relayed what was said to Aiden, at which point we expanded a little bit on Fallen Angels as well. And then I decided, well, you know what? One of the things that Fallen Angels doesn't get is a lot of the feedback that Mutant Girl does sometimes, even if I have to insist several times to actually get it from some people. Or like with Monet, last night, it just pops up randomly several years down the line. So, but with Fallen Angels, that doesn't even happen to begin with. So I thought, okay, well, in that case, I'm going to open this up to everyone. I want to get the broadest picture that I possibly can for the Mutant Girl, like what is being done right, what's being done wrong, you know, what stuff to add, remove, blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards, the plan is after we're done discussing with Mutant Girl, people have said all their things, we're going to move on to Aiden's channel and do the exact same thing with Fallen Angels.
Yes.
So yeah, a lot to do. That's why the stream is open. Yeah.
I agree, Monet.
Oh my
Let's not
God,
put
she's a
Yeah.
child.
Okay,
Why
so
a child?
okay.
And
So yeah, good question. What? It's just a child. Thank you.
You know who can kill Morwenna? If we go
Pop.
off and do if we can go off and do my spin-off idea for Pop,
Oh, God.
then we
Yeah.
have the perfect death sequence for Reyna.
There
Honestly,
you go.
Phoebe,
Pop becomes something.
I thought your first piece of advice was going to be more Pete, but that I should have expected that as well.
No, more Darren or
Child.
Darius or whatever the hell the
No,
blonde guy's
but
name
Pete's
is.
the main character. You don't get it.
Okay, so can we just point out that in the private chat, what thing that Monet said was kill off Reyna. That's what we're discussing. Yeah, that's what that it was like. Honestly, Reyna's gonna have like a whole subcategory all to herself, most likely.
Wait.
Structure in general.
Well, because everyone's got
No,
mixed opinions
don't do
on
what
Reyna.
I do. No,
love her.
I kill off the characters. Don't
I fully
no.
support
I'm not influencing Jacob Buck with my demented self. No.
This is also
that
also
happy. She needs to die.
no, I say
You
we
really
replace
can't kill
Reyna
anyone off
with
and keep the
Pete,
same
and Pete
genre.
gets more screen time and Reyna gets less. Okay, problem solved.
Can I just
I like this
that
idea.
That would solve it.
That
The
would be
question to
better.
Monet: how are people gonna be happy happier if their friend dies? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Okay, let
character
me explain my
friends.
my stance.
You
Let
don't
me
have to worry
explain my
about caring
stance.
about them
Okay.
anymore.
Hold on, Pete.
Thank you.
Monet, go.
Thank you, baby. What I'm saying is that the reason why my stance is kill off Reyna, it doesn't mean me to kill off Reyna. Like, legit stabbing her.
You mean
When
just
I
take
That's
say
disappointing.
When I say kill off Reyna, I mean that Reyna as a character is ethically flawed in some way, but not in a way into a viewer. So
basically
when
you
I
change
with
the character.
Reyna, not
So just grab a death note and kill Reyna. Okay, I'm
Okay,
on board.
I think.
Oh.
Okay, wait, Blackjack. I think
didn't
what
get
she
it.
means
Pop
is
walks in with a gun.
remove it from the story, not necessarily,
Oh,
Yeah.
come on! What?
Right,
What's
that's
wrong
so
with little
disappointing.
But look, it keeps it in the same genre if you do that. If you just move the character out of the story, you're sort of getting rid of the character, but also keeping Jacob's like happy sort of ish kind of theme-ish.
I guess
Sort of
so.
going.
But I just wanted to see
Yeah.
You're not
some
sort of like
Rotation
really
forever.
changing the genre.
Blackjack just said
Okay.
not to do what you did.
You guys are gonna have a.
Okay.
You guys are
Reyna-
gonna.
Reyna
You guys are gonna have a heart attack whenever you see what Aiden and I have been working on and what I've been working on alone.
Oh no.
Yes,
That's a
yes,
good
yes,
point.
yes,
That's a good
yes.
point. Those two have been
but
writing
I-
something. I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
You were there
That's
for
pure
you were there
chaos.
for like one day.
I
But
mean,
you're-
it's always progresses.
the touch.
Yeah, it doesn't have any Jacob touch. Jacob has not touched it at all.
Yeah, the
Um,
only Jacob touch is grammar
Anyway.
fixes.
Okay,
It can be
Yeah,
dark,
it's like
but yes,
it's like
Reyna.
mutilation is spelled with one
be good.
T. Anyway.
isn't it?
yes, that was the. Anyway, carry on, Monet.
So like when we talk not being good, she reminds me of like the worst aspects of people in their life. Reina is not a relatable character. She's a reminder of some people. Like, cause like
Okay.
I think some other people have that before about Reina. Find her being the focus of season 2. Like the season is kind of like a little bit
Hold on,
away
before we get to
from
season
the
plot,
season.
sorry to cut you off. Sorry to cut you off, but before we get to that, I'm just gonna address what we said because we did talk about that last night about Reina reminding people of stuff. And yes, that is something that came to my attention. Eventually, the reason I kept on insisting for so long to tell people to tell me what was wrong with Reina as a character was because I was trying to get people to tell me precisely that. And it does turn out that yes, everyone was actually what was actually they'd be projecting somebody else onto the character of Reina, essentially. And that's
Oh yeah.
that and fair enough that now I can actually see that because people have addressed that. But the thing is that for months, possibly that's it wasn't a year, for months, I was trying to get people to tell me that, but it was like, oh, I don't know, I just don't like her. In fact, Mona, you yourself actually said, I don't need a reason to hate Reina before immediately, like not even a second later, giving me a reason that you hate Reina. So again, we got there eventually.
I stand by that
but took a long
statement
time.
because a person should not have to give you a reason for hating a character. Sometimes it's just a general dislike of a character.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's why, and if a person doesn't,
a person can just have a general.
That's why
If
I
a
killed
person
them
doesn't-
off. Why do you
but
think
of course-
I'm here?
yeah. What? That people, I mean, people don't even have a chance to like your character's Blackjack because they're dead before they leave too much of an impression.
So, so Nova wants the lines to get easier, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and so what I'm thinking is just make your lines Comic Sans. It is dyslexic friendly.
I mean, that's
Cut.
I mean,
That is a genuine thing. So, you know, I mean, if you want that to be easier to read, I guess you could.
I thought people don't like
But
Comic
yeah.
Sans because I always got yelled at when I submitted essays
Comic
in
Sans
Sans.
looks Comic Sans looks ugly to a lot of people, but it is dyslexia
Who writes
friendly.
an essay in comic?
Me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you're literally insane. You have to literally
Yeah,
a madman to use Comic
Yeah,
Sans. Like,
every
who uses
yeah,
that?
every time.
Actually, most places don't even accept Comic Sans. Most it is either Georgia
I mean,
or
nowadays in
Times
schools,
New Roman.
just Times New Roman.
Oh no, the thing is not about Comic Sans. We'll get back to that in a second about reading behinds out loud. I am going to talk about that, but because I haven't finished what I was saying about the Rainy thing before, about the feedback, because again, the reason I didn't ask the one specific person being like, oh, tell me something. I didn't want the person, few people, to eventually get around to saying something, because otherwise I can't actually improve anything. I don't want people to continue hating the character once I do something about that. And the thing is that this actually is like the same thing where yes, but say something after. This is essentially the same thing as when I would do like a monologue or a group performance or something, and then like in a class, and the people in the class, I would open it up for feedback because that's what you're supposed to do in that class, and all they would say was, "Oh, it was good." Like, okay, was there anything else that you could have? It was like, no, just liked it. It's the same but the opposite basically. It's like, oh well, I just didn't like it. Like that doesn't help because I can't improve anything there. I mean, you don't need to have a reason necessarily, but as was proved eventually, some people did, including those who said they didn't have a reason.
But
So-
part of what made Reina a good character was that she is partly relatable on your worst day.
Okay. Yeah.
I think she definitely enforces the you don't have to date your best friend thing, so I guess that's kind of a good thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That was like day one decided that.
Right. That's
And
the
she
only
also,
thing I
like,
can possibly think of. That's good about
She shows
Reina.
you how not to address your insecurities.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have somebody who's in the wrong sometimes, so you know what mistakes not to make. That's absolutely something else that was in there. You know, I had to make sure
something
be wrong. And yes, go ahead.
Things that Reina did good. Reina did things in a very subjective. I'll use it to describe it. Self-centered. Hear me out. She, I
No,
describe
I
her as
understand.
self-centered because she tends to really focus on her own emotions and not necessarily her friends. So like the scene where they're picking partners and Raina would look for other people, but didn't really look at her right there.
Yeah. See, here's the struggle with Reina. There was the fact that eventually, then she actually did say she tried to enforce the fact she wasn't trying to offend Julius by doing that. And then of course Julius, being the understanding guy that he is, it's like he prompts her to actually, that to be like, okay, I see what the point of that was. You're trying to expand your friendship group, not just stick to one person, even though that one
But
person you do actually do appreciate and such. The difference between Raina and Pop,
let me say that
right now, is the
kind
fact
of
Raina
that level of
actually
thinking is quite high for a 12-year-old. Just reasoning.
That's another thing that we talked about last night, and I'll put a pin on that for now.
Hold on a second. Wait, they're 12?
They're 12 in the start of the series and during
I
that
thought
scene
they were
specifically.
13.
They're 13 in season 2, they're 12 in season 1, and in that flashback scene that Momo just described.
What's
They're
the
honestly they don't act great,
Right,
and that is
okay.
like a
I mean,
Well, I tell you
that
what.
is, to be fair, that has been something that's been stated. I stated towards Jacob before, because Jacob was
I tell you
like,
what,
"Hey, Jacob, they don't act exactly. They don't speak like 12-year-olds." It's like,
Okay, I was trying to put a pin on this,
and
but I
that's
guess I'll
an
talk
avid
about it now, but
problem.
no one's gonna let me put a pin on that, so I guess I'll just address it now. Two things about that. One, Gordo from Lizzie McGuire has the exact same thing, and people love him. Secondly, the reason that they don't speak like 12-year-olds is because if I did actually try and make them speak like 12-year-olds, I'd just be another one of those old people who try to relate to the kids. And I was already getting a bunch of Jacob's old jokes before.
I mean,
I want Dora the
But-
Explorer. I don't know what you're talking about.
creepy. Man.
What?
A little.
That reasoning has some yes, but like, but in the real,
I guess
but
to a
like,
certain extent.
as 12-year-olds doesn't necessarily just stop at like using jargon. Speaking as
Okay,
12-year-olds is trying to use
Aren't
their
there a lot of
reasoning
12 years old
and
that
their
kind of
capability.
nowadays? It's just kind of like interesting. I don't know how this works anymore, man.
Well, to be fair, like, okay.
Remember what I was doing when I was 12, actually, now I think about it.
Okay.
This.
Wait.
This is what I
wait.
did when I was 12.
The thing is that I
What
do
are you-
remember I was doing this. I was like,
Really?
Okay. Yeah, but
Alright,
like,
everyone, wait, let me just quickly explain what we're doing for Pretty Plays. So, Pretty Plays, basically, we're talking about, like, the Mutant Girl, and then eventually Fallen Angels, and about what the shows did right, and what they did wrong, and what could be improved on, and what is just well-established, and stuff like that, like, stuff in that vein. So that's what we're doing right now at Pretty Plays.
which
yeah,
should
we will eventually
be
get around to talking about
regarding
simple
Raina?
lines and stuff, but I think I've got a good segue for that comes in after this.
Yeah. But what I don't know though, because I feel like Jacob has a point with him trying to emulate what a 12-year-old thinks like, because like, for example, right, we have there was like the last FNAF book series, right? Fazbear's Frights. Trust me, Jacob, this actually has something to do with it.
Yeah, I know it's going to. I know you're going to go somewhere.
So in like, I don't remember which one. I think it's the 12th book. Either way, there's a story in there where there's like this girl who's like a FNAF fan, and she's not 12. She's like, I don't know, she's like in their mid-teens or whatever. But you can clearly tell that it's written by an adult, because you have excruciating detail of how she's typing on her blog about this FNAF game while she's playing FNAF 3, and then whenever a kid goes missing, she's like, oh my god, it's like the purple guy from FNAF 3 mobile.
Okay, the most unrealistic thing in that statement was that somebody could type a blog at the same time as playing a FNAF game. You can't do that. You need to pay attention.
Are they
But
that
yes, I
hard?
get what you're saying.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't end up actually doing that. And the thing is,
And I
that
think that's
now,
had a little thing.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll wait.
the thing is
Let
that
me
now I'm not sure
finish
if I would actually request them or not.
it or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, carry on.
Oh, I was just saying that. That's one of the things that there's like plenty of things. I talked to Aiden about this afterwards last night. There are plenty of things that I would do differently if I could actually go back and rewrite the entirety of the Mutant Girl. But as I said before, I don't want to do that. So yeah, I can understand that. I understand that one especially. But yeah, that was the original purpose as to not doing that.
Can I
Anyway,
say
carry on.
something? Carrying off
Yes,
from
go
your
ahead.
point, Mr. Jacob.
Yeah.
From your point, saying that something changed. I feel that is why the way it feels. Because it's
I mean, that's the thing. How does you
season
have
2
different
covers
feelings
a
to
very
season 2?
serious topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, my feeling towards season 2 is that it, in a sense of the word, it didn't have a good flow. It felt quite. It wasn't really. It felt too concise. In a way, yes, it felt too concise.
Can I add on to that?
And I
Because I
think that
agree
to
with
like
it.
okay.
Go ahead.
Because
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I kind of started not liking Reina was the way the show kind of portrayed how easily she was to just give in to Felix. I feel like if there was a bit of a stretch to show him more manipulating her to see if she would have like actually kind of relented a bit instead of just going with it in a sense, like actual torture and manipulate, not torture, but manipulation in a more sense might have made me feel for a bit more.
Okay, I can see that, but the only real problem that would be from a writing standpoint would be the episode count, because like you want Reina to be, because Reina had to be free at certain points of the story to see what her change be like, so it'd be kind of hard from a writing standpoint. Like, say if this was a 26 episode season, like, then she'd probably be kidnapped for half the season and it would work,
Yeah,
so
that's where the
it'd be
concise
kind
feeling
of
comes from.
hard.
Also,
It's
unfortunately,
very-
unfortunately, that's just the nature of me having like not much time. From a production standpoint, if I were to elaborate on all this season stuff, they would just never finish. And the Mutant Girl already has a reputation never ending.
But not
so,
necessarily.
again, I
Like
can
if
understand.
Raina, it felt like it was a kind of like a detriment to Felix as an antagonist, because with Raina's easily being able to, it didn't allow Felix to really his skills. Because seriously, he didn't really do much. He just said something and like, oh, Raina's like, okay, I'm in. Like Felix barely manipulated her.
So,
Which furthers the belief of Felix's redemption.
I do want to
Okay.
throw this out here for you guys, right?
We were
So
supposed to be talking about the line stuff that Nova pointed out ages ago, by the way. We just kind of jumped off of several things before this.
That's because there wasn't much to talk about, I didn't think, on that one. But I know the title of this, right? It says, "What do you all think?" But I feel like we implied it. Maybe we should throw this out here a little more directly. We want you to actually, talk about it, not just say it's mid. That's not how you discuss things that you may or may not like.
This is what I was saying before about the feedback, because some people will just do that in general, and then you can't really action on that at all. It's like with the Reina thing before. But but I will say this time we are getting a lot more, especially from Monet, who actually inspired this whole thing in the first place.
Because I thought I had more to say
that
on
does
Mutant Girl
still
than Mutant
happen.
Girl, but like,
Well, the prime example here, definitely.
yeah, because like the Mutant
It's
Girl,
like great. It's mid. Good for you. I don't know what that means.
Mutant Girl,
I think
the concept it had a place, but execution wise, it had its shortcomings.
I will say you're the first
As
person that I've ever actually heard say that you preferred season 1 to season 2. That I don't
yeah,
actually
'cause
hear like at all.
the reason why I say that is because season 2 is like freaking Riverdale. Riverdale had 1, 2. It made kind of sense, and then season 3 made not a single bit of sense at all.
You hear that, Shiny?
That.
I'm kidding.
It's when you kind of just
I mean, okay, yeah.
like if I feel like if the Mutant Girls see like issues that were facing like children, because I feel that that was lost in during season 2. Season 2 of kidnapping, and then people ran get changed. I think it didn't have enough time. Them being kids and going through things that kids go through more. Because Reina went through some the time it had something to do with that, and I don't think it was dealt with properly. I really don't think. 'Cause I feel, plus this is my personal opinion, that Reina should not have. I feel like Reina should have been like slowly drift away because they lost. Because that's a big thing. You kept a kid. You
I
kept
would
some great information
Yeah,
away from
like
people.
eventually fall out of like friendships eventually over time because that is a natural thing and even in the gotcha and real world. I mean, like
And I
you
would
know how in
100%
gotcha life, gotcha stuff, they usually like have relationships like I don't know, like change. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm wording this
Forever.
really so sorry.
relationships evolve. And
Yeah.
either evolve or they just get left behind. Because if they can't move on with the times, then like with what's going on in new people's lives and stuff like that, or if you get in if you make new friends and people don't move with you, that's just that. People get left behind.
Yeah, life is life.
Are you hearing this, Aiden? Are you hearing all this? You're taking notes.
Mhm.
Shush,
You
Chewbacca.
should be taking notes too,
my
Jacob.
simple thoughts on Mutant Girl. I haven't seen all of it, so I'm definitely gonna binge watch this. It's just like straight up binge watch. But I do know based on what I've seen so far and how Jacob writes as a creator, I can say that Jacob, well, he cannot survive without logic, and I appreciate that about Jacob. I sincerely do. And honestly, I cannot find a gotcha tuber who loves logic more than Jacob, if I'm being totally honest. And
You know, I don't even work with very many gotcha tubers, but I've spoken to quite a few and I agree.
You know
Yeah,
what?
he
Just to
Jacob has a
elaborate
very
on this.
Hmm?
Yeah, just to elaborate on what
Jacob.
Blackjack is saying. During season 1 of the Mutant Girl, like within the first few episodes starting, this is like at the height of the hashtag gotcha logic idea, like that whole meme, basically. But to contrast that, one of the people in Buttercorp actually did start saying butter logic as a result, like as a response to gotcha logic. They were like the complete opposite sides of the same spectrum, basically. Okay, so
There's one
wait,
thing that
But
there's one.
There's gotcha
hold on,
logic.
Aiden. Hold on, Aiden. Hold on. Moni wanted to say something. Hold on. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was just trying to say that the topic of logic in the Gotcha series, yes, on a record, he has more logic than most Gotcha Tuber shows I've seen. They made sense, but sometimes like I think it stifles the creativity of it a little bit. That's my thing. But it is a good
Okay.
thing to see logic.
Here's
So with that-
here's the problem we come into this.
Mhm.
It's because the setting, right, is like I don't know how to explain this. I wish I don't know, I have conflicting thoughts about this a lot, but sometimes I think back to how season 2 went and I was like, well, it was okay, but the thing with it is I think Mutant Girl would work best in a much more school-based approach, right? But can't think. I myself have not really brought it up much because I myself don't know how to really improve on that much because I don't know how you can improve on it without making Boy Meets World Gender Bent Edition.
Girl Meets World.
Oh,
No,
Oh.
Girl
I mean,
Meets
that-
World is
you
not
could do
Gender
that.
Bent Boy Meets World. Girl Meets World is just discount Boy Meets World.
Yeah, I said try.
But-
They tried to do this. They tried.
But then disregarding that as well, there's also the whole like you brought up stifling creativity. Well, the problem is because we're trying to make an original story, right? I think with the main setting being school and having logic in it, you see how these things conflict, right?
Logic in
Depends.
school.
I mean, we've all heard about your school, BB, that does not follow any sort of plausibility and logic whatsoever.
Well, I know. Well, what I'm
Uh,
saying is having the main setting as school, but still applying logic to so much, and not in not making Mutant Girl into a
By the way, hello,
higher
Leo.
stakes,
Well, I don't trust your name.
and not making Mutant Girl like a higher stakes story, which I don't think is bad. I don't think it needs to be like a big, broad, like cosmic adventure story or anything. But I will say that because it isn't, I think you have a lot more restrictions than other things might otherwise have.
I mean, definitely, season 2 was already a pretty big stretch as far as those ideas go.
I
I remember when
agree with
Shiny
you.
first brought up the idea of having a bad guy trying to find something to do with mutants and stuff, trying to get to Morwenna in some sort of way as he originally phrased it, and I was like, okay, how am I going to work this?
To be fair, that
So-
idea,
but I don't-
idea, whether it went well in Mutant Girl or not, it could have been placed in other series, sure, but it ended up being important for reasons. Aiden
I
and
feel
you,
like-
I believe, know what I'm implying here. But yeah, I mean we could have
Hold on.
we know where
Leo, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Sorry, carry on.
we know where that story goes. We know what happens due to those experiments. Or well, we do, not so much the viewers yet. But
Yes.
but due to the nature of the show, it's not like you could really dive too deep into that or even the extremities that those experiments could become later. You don't really get a
That's what we
full
have.
look.
That's what we have the larger Butterverse for, actually. I
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
but the problem is just because you don't really get to see the true impact of what those experiments really meant for the larger world.
Mostly because those experiments will
piggyback
have
off
much
of
more
Didi?
impact. But way later down the line, like years into the future. So yeah, naturally, because the structure of the show, it can't be there. Okay, Mona, go ahead.
So in relation to what BB just said, I do agree with her.
Yeah, so do I.
Reason being for my agreement is that Mutant Girl genre, like the genre, I think is slice of life because when Wild got from season 1 is very slice of life.
Yeah.
Very like teenage slice of life. So when that big shift kind of threw off the general theme and feel of Mutant Girl, it made it become drama, and they felt like that was very clashing because I feel like the season 2 plotline shouldn't have happened. It doesn't really make much. It really feel of Mutant Girl. It really
I tell you,
it was just kind of
I tell you
not
what,
in the feeling. And
Monet, what you described right there is what all the Athmal fans went through when Emerald Secret first came out.
okay, anyway, let me finish. But like, I feel it should have been still centered on interpersonal drama, not with like intro. No, intro for person, yeah. Interpersonal drama among the group. It should have been more of that. It's kind of like a coming of age story. That's what it felt to me. It was like a coming of
Oh yeah.
and seeing it turn to having up in story and all that stuff, it kind of feels of coming of age. It just came like, oh, Super Reina, what happened to Reina? Then someone else. It was kind of mystery drama about her. And now the season, and they're leaving, going high school. I don't know. I just think that enough in that season. Like, I don't
Have
know.
we
Is
ever
it?
said the high
Well,
school?
they're
yet?
going to high school, so yes, there's definitely going to be growing up as a theme. They're
Yes,
moving to high school,
but I
absolutely.
feel
Yeah.
like I don't know if
I'm trying to
they have
avoid.
that
I'm
kind.
trying to avoid
Like they haven't.
discussing like. Yeah. I'm trying to avoid like pointing out
I
like
don't
whenever people say that happened in 3 because obviously spoilers. But yeah, that's one thing I will say right there.
I
Personally,
think
as
it's
much
a
as I
genuine
like,
thing. Yes, Black
I
Box?
will say, if
No,
you,
definitely.
I think in a high school story now, I don't think this is gonna happen. Being completely honest, I think maybe it is a little too edgy for your channel. I don't, but if you wanted to get into a little bit of like the characters having something bigger than themselves, right? High school, I think, would be the ideal place because of how much things can happen during high school involving students, people that the students might get involved with. But see, once you're in like elementary or middle school, you're a little more sheltered. But once you reach high school, you're some want to stay coddled, some don't. But there's always a little bit of rebellion in essentially all of them. Things that they don't want to tell and probably shouldn't tell others about. And I think, I mean, if you really want to get like into something like that, I mean, you could always like having some back alley moments. All I'm saying, but
That is
I
true.
just like
but I
how
don't think,
BB is
but
just
I
trying
don't
not to
think
say the word.
Yeah,
it's
my
because
my
it's
fear.
Jacob's channel.
Okay,
I'm trying not to go too crazy
my
with details here, but unless you
yeah,
want to get
yeah,
into
Bibi,
like,
my fear with that is that I already tried making one of the characters be in the wrong like that, and they end up being hated as a result of it.
No,
So
no,
well, yeah, but they
Is-
could
no,
always,
no, no.
yeah,
Reina,
Is this an American high school?
well, you could always
Is it
go into like the
public?
wrong place at the wrong time thing. But either way, I
this
don't
happens in
think.
previous high schools too. Don't worry about it.
I mean, you could do wrong place, wrong time, but either way, I don't think you would do it in particular because I don't know how well you could or are willing to go with either drugs or gang wars.
I mean,
and I
well,
would
actually,
say
hold on a second.
happens high school.
Hold on a second. Yeah, drugs have not actually come up at all.
They
They're not
will in
even
high school, though. If you want to get a
Yeah.
little realistic, though, I'm gonna
If
tell you
not,
that
Yes,
if
someone
not
is
in middle school,
yes,
The
I understood
drugs,
I
sex,
understood your point, BB. It was subtle, but it wasn't too subtle for me. Don't worry. But as far as gang wars go, not in the sense that you're thinking, but there is something like that eventually.
yeah.
well, because it
I
also
mean, I'm
depends
just
on
saying
the
it's
place.
not
But-
it's not like an uncommon story where you'll hear on the news some kid went into like an alley for some reason, and now a bunch of people are being arrested for who knows what.
Okay, noted.
or the more likely
The-
scenario
But I
is
feel-
that maybe Moro
To be
and
perfectly honest, I can imagine Agatha doing that, but not knowing what the alley actually was all about. Quite
or
frankly.
maybe like
Oh,
Morwenna
geez.
gets influenced by people that aren't like best for her, and maybe she like has complications with her original friends like Raina and Julius or something like that. I feel like that's more likely to happen in high school because
I feel like if it's anyone, it's probably going to be Reina.
Yes, I agree.
It would be, but to be
Like,
honest, I think I've given her
because-
enough part.
also or like people
Okay,
would want
okay.
to take like maybe like social advantages of Morwenna because she is a mutant or something like that. Because high schoolers are hormonal teenagers. I don't know
Oh,
what to
they
tell
want to
you.
be friends. Like,
However,
Yeah, I'd have to-
if anyone's
I
going to
Reina easily
unintentionally
gets
get in
drugs.
trouble, it's going to be Agatha, I would think.
Sounds accurate.
It will. Oh, here's one thing you could go with Agatha, right? Agatha is related to the man who did a lot of things with Reina. Maybe he has connections.
Phoenix has 0 connections, but
Yeah, that's
Well,
kind of that's
okay,
kind of
yeah, that's what we know right
unbelievable.
now.
That's kind of unbelievable.
actually, wait a
to be
minute.
honest.
He gains. He doesn't have.
Not
them
that,
at the point of
no,
season.
like it makes more sense for Felix to have connection. He left like college. How was he able to have enough of the chemicals and equipment needed, which are more than likely illegal, to get himself to do that procedure? It would not make sense.
I guess he would have his.
It will make
I
sense
guess,
to have
I guess he would
connection.
have a Lucius Fox. So yeah, that's fair. Wait, that is the guy, right? Aiden Lucius
And
Fox.
they're speaking
Batman's
Florida.
Lucius Fox is the guy who makes like a lot of Batman sketches and stuff.
Okay,
yes.
thank you. Yes, so yes, it makes sense that he would have a Lucius Fox. Fair enough. Okay.
Also,
So
just
yeah,
to ask-
maybe at least one person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Also, Fallen Angels is like somewhat interconnected with Mutant Girl to a certain extent.
Yes.
Yeah, same
Okay.
universe.
So if that's gonna happen, I have not gotten that far yet. However, if it is gonna be interconnected, I think that would be interesting with the drama that could possibly potentially unfold as far as like how the logic works with death and stuff. Like, for example, maybe like because okay, when you get older, like in high school age, probably a lot of your relatives might die. I hate to say it, but it is more likely to happen. So I don't know, maybe like some of relatives of like I don't know, for example, one of the main characters, a mutant girl, maybe turns into an angel or something. I don't know. Maybe that's something you
Aiden
might want
does.
to
Aiden does
So-
really kill off a character, so maybe.
However, there
I
are
have
two things.
I have an idea that kind of sticks, sort of, with what you're saying. Now, if you were to bring Mutant Girl characters to Fallen Angels, I can see why you have a bit more of a grand journey with the gods and all that, right? I can get that because it's Fallen Angels. It's right there in the name. But
yes.
but I don't know if that would work in the Mutant Girl show itself. Mutant Girl, while you could do a lot of crazy things in the Butterverse because we've talked about a lot of things. Aiden has some cool ideas that maybe aren't seemingly as grand as they really would be, but you have the possibility for a lot of insane things with things that Aiden has brought into the picture. I have a lot of interesting ideas that will interconnect some of these, but Mutant Girl is not that type of series. However, what I now it's been a while since I saw the crossover. Or wait.
Doesn't matter. You've seen the crossover.
Okay, yeah. So did the characters learn that the Greek gods are real?
No.
No. Okay.
In fact, they were going to originally, but I insisted with to Aiden if that crossover was going to happen, that they could not learn about angels. Especially because, like, imagine Momo was coping with that revelation at the same time as all the Phoenix stuff was going down.
Well, exactly. That's what I was thinking. If theoretically, if they learned that the Greek gods were real, without a shadow of a doubt, they straight up see like the wings or something, then I feel like you could really get into the religious struggles a lot of high school kids have.
Yeah.
Wait, if there's Greek monsters, does that mean the Morwenna's like tail could be like related to some of those things, or is that just completely okay?
That's a scientific mutation that they're messing around with because there's also another show later on in life where that mutation gene has spread throughout a lot of the population.
Okay.
There's,
Okay.
I mean, you could
also.
I mean, you could argue though. I mean, if the Greek gods were there, I mean, they had to create evolution, so
they could have made the mutation. Yes,
there could have been a plan.
Nymphs and satyrs in like Greek mythology, so that's why I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean,
right now the origin of the mutation gene is unknown.
Yeah, right now there's a we'll say there's a possibility.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Maybe there may or may not be a real answer that we have, but it's a possibility. However, you're not going to get that answer in Mutant Girl. They're not having a transcontinental journey to see the source or the great staff of Hermes or something. All right, that's not happening in Mutant Girl.
Are the Greek gods known in Puppy Love?
One thing I would like to discuss here is like maybe is idea that Monet actually suggested a while ago, which is make Julius focus of a season, which Not that we could do
Oh,
that
that was in the
necessarily,
practice,
because Jacob, like, we already had enough of a problem with Agatha becoming the focus of the starting
Oh,
season
that was the
3
thing. That was the
originally.
thing, by the way. Yeah, to contextualize, the season 3 script is done. It can change, but it's done at this point.
It could change.
And there was a problem originally when Agatha does like take over way too much, especially right towards the very beginning. So but I mean, giving Julius more focus, I'm not against doing. But I don't want to necessarily.
Yeah, but that's
But
definitely
the
something I was
reason I brought that
gonna
up is
suggest that we
because
take
we had
more
a
into account.
thing.
Now, however,
Julius
Maya was
perfect
about to
excuse
say
to have Julius
something.
as focus. Yes, Maya.
Maya was about to say something before I had. So
About the Fallen Angels impacting Mutant Girl, Fallen Angels are at civil war, are they not?
Yeah. Pretty well,
not
kind of.
like it's like a small group basically.
It's
kind of
if a
the-
full-on
like a
civil war did break out, would that not affect the functionality of them doing their jobs?
yeah,
And would that not have a further effect on the rest of the Butter universe or whatever?
yes, and what I don't want to say too much, and this isn't even entirely confirmed, but in regards to my own concepts, my own Butterverse material that I've been throwing around with interconnectivity and stuff. Now, I haven't made a decision on it yet, but I have thought that in the possibility of a deity or something being wounded, right? How would that affect the world, right?
Exactly.
If the god, if Gaia were stabbed, would
that result in a bunch of earthquakes or something, or a giant crack in the earth or something?
Exactly. If they are the personification of things within the universe, then would the universe itself start to crack a little bit? Would things need to heal?
I'm glad you mentioned that, BB, because actually, Guy getting stabbed does actually happen. That was actually how their
Oh, sick.
how the elder Cyclopes and the Hecaton key rays were actually free.
Okay.
So yeah,
yeah, no.
that,
what happened?
As an example.
Yeah, or like if the god of fear, right? What if Phobos got like a little cut on his neck or on their neck or whatever, right?
So they're out of commission.
Then,
does that mean that nobody is fearful anymore? Does that make them more reckless?
Or does that mean because he is no longer what was his gender again? It was he, right?
I think it was he. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. If Phobos were wounded, right, and there's no more control over fear, would people's fears come to life?
They could. That's more of a fallen angels idea, actually. But yes,
well, I know, but what I'm saying is because Maya had brought into the thing of like if the angels were in a civil war, how would that affect the wider universe? And yeah, I think that things that happen on a higher scale, especially personifications of things that occur in the universe, if things happen there, would it have a domino effect when they lose some kind of control in the lower parts of the universe?
Additionally, I was
curious. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I
would 100% agree because the Greek gods control different aspects of the world as they are. And if I was thinking if Thanatos is out of commission, are we going to see like dead bodies coming back to life or something? Are we going to see angels that are rebelling, saving other people? How is that going to get covered up? How is...
Hold on. Got an answer for that one again. Yes. So the first time that this is the actual, remember that presentation thing that they saw in but we saw in season 1 episode 5, the myth of Sisyphus. That's actually what happens. So they don't go into quite the presentation, but when Thanatos does get chained up, death kind of stops a bit. It sort of pauses. No dead bodies come back to life because obviously that's really controlled by the underworld and Hades and all of his different levels. So that wouldn't be a thing there. And also people wonder about Heroes of Olympus, and that was the doors of death being opened, not Thanatos being disappeared, because he actually does come back in the first book of that series, and it doesn't really affect anything until they close doors of death 4 books later.
However, the cause
yeah, in
of
this-
the doors being allowed to open was not that caused by Thanatos being chained up and not being able to defend the doors?
I think it was him being chained up that he wouldn't be able to defend the doors, but somebody else still opened them. In this case, what happened was that he was just away for a bit and couldn't do his job, and that meant that no one was dying. There were no new people coming to the underworld. Not like anyone came back. So what I guess people would have seen at that time was anyone who was in a coma or intensive care or something, or was about to die, simply didn't. They carried on. They'd on for longer than was expected.
Yeah.
And then
Keep in
afterwards-
mind, with the way the universe is now currently set up, we wouldn't have something exactly like that. Like, people would still be able to die
That's
and
true.
souls would still be collected. Because angels existed purely because that myth happened, and because that event happened in the past, it caused angels to exist. So angels do tie into the world. It's just angels are like an evolution of past events.
Yeah, weirdly enough, Mutant Girl's biggest contribution to Fallen Angels so far has been that presentation, because the Sisyphus myth actually does act as a catalyst for a lot of stuff that happens with Fallen Angels.
Yeah.
I also had another question, which was, by the time that puppy love happens, are the Greek gods like common knowledge, or are they still?
Oh no, they're still a myth. I don't know. I don't think we ever wrote a point in time where the Greek gods have actually been revealed to be real or worshipped or something like that. I mean, obviously there are polytheists out there, like in the real world, but I don't think we ever wrote a moment where it's like the Greek gods exposed the series.
Yeah, it does. It does actually eventually happen, but we haven't decided
It
when
does?
that is.
Oh,
yeah,
dang.
yeah. Remember the plan for Olympus AD? Yeah, that relies on the fact they're common knowledge. Yeah.
Man,
but yeah.
When is Olympus AD even still in production? Is that even a thing on the bucket list?
It's not in
on
production.
the bucket. I think it's on the bucket list though.
Because I have heard nothing about that.
Bucket list be like, okay, how much deeper can we make this bucket? Let's find a bigger bucket.
No. The bucket overfilled long ago whenever I started making pitches. I have a long list that I have only recently started getting somewhat close to actually getting it out there. And the only in the catalyst to that was purely D&D and Aiden.
Oh, Aiden, by the way,
those two things are not connected, by the way. They just end up going to things later.
Aiden, is the demon girl who saves the underworld related to the Butterverse?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, that is.
Yeah, all of Aiden's character shows are.
Yeah,
all
I
of
mean,
them?
eventually, I'll probably end up making a non-canon Butterverse show, but at the moment, all mine don't really break the rules of the universe. So
how can a show in the Butterverse be non-canon?
It won't be. It won't be in the Butterverse.
Won't be that.
Like that. He didn't mean it like
Okay.
What if?
Because all I'm saying is, if we're wording it like that, then we might need to inform the audience just how much Jacob hates the multiverse idea, and it will probably never happen.
I mean, multiverse.
Don't worry, we'll convince him one day.
One day.
It's been 3 years. The Butterverse was originally created in April 2019. It's been 3 years. I think I can go the distance.
Okay, so Felix, he's in prison, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, since Felix is in prison, he's got a lot of time to think to himself, correct?
Very
usually
true.
they have books in prison, right?
That's actually, He's also known as the intellectual there as well. That's one thing.
So, Felix, reading a book about mythology. Felix has this realization that there was a slight error in his research of the mutation for the years and years that he was doing it. And in this book, he reads about the genetics of centaurs, I guess. I don't know. Sure, I'm going to go with that. So, in the midst of this, Felix discovers that Greek gods are 100% correct. So now Felix gets starts messing around and does something to get their attention. So Felix gets out of prison because he got abducted by a Greek god. couple weeks later, Felix is doing something stupid for the Greek god, and Felix dies. There you go.
Well, I don't know. Now, the timeline I've thought up in my head may connect to Felix. I don't know. It didn't originally. Throwing that out there. It 100% didn't originally. But now that we're talking about this, I'm having ideas, but I don't know how I can fit that into the current timeline I have in my head. But either way,
Felix's contribution. Felix,
I don't think that a normal person reading myths will somehow go into something that
Okay, but he's not a normal
crazy.
person. He's a person who has greatly in-depthly researched this random mutation in the genetic stream of the human population, which might have, if you guys follow through with this and don't choose a different idea, been caused by Greek gods and been as well. My first thought was as a way for centaurs and fauns or whatever to live more like freely and not live in hiding because it makes their life a little easier. Could be a different thing because I don't think the Greek gods are exactly that nice. They're not really that nice or considerate, so that's just the thing. But it could also lead to Agatha moving from the Mutant Girl to Fallen Angels as more of a Fallen Angels character and less of a main character in the Mutant Girl after high school.
Actually, hold on.
steal Agatha.
No, I don't
just
know how much I like. I don't know.
I'm kidding.
Now, I don't know how much I like your setup and all that. But you throwing out the idea of Agatha being there. All I'm saying is her being blind. I mean,
would make her get underestimated and make her more of a badass when she beats people up.
I mean, well, that's not quite what I was thinking of.
Are you turning her into tough? Is that what you're trying to do right now?
No,
Just have a blind character
Not that,
beat
but
people up.
100%.
Well, all I'm saying is that due to her being blind, if you really wanted to, you could get into the concept that I do believe the Greeks had. And I would need to go back into looking in this, but I remember hearing quite a while back that they had believed that those that were blind were gifted as oracles for the gods.
Okay. Hold on.
And all that stuff too.
Okay, I'm not going to show the book then because he doesn't appear in this. But there is actually a prophet from Thebes called Tiresias, who I actually do briefly mention in the Mutant Girl one time. And the main things he's famous for actually is actually, of course, being blind. And he was actually like a trusted advisor. He went off to Athens at one point as well. He actually became like the huge prophet of the era. There's another thing he's famous for actually, but I won't say that because it's a spoiler.
Was Agatha born blind?
Yes, 1 second.
Yeah, I don't want to say this one. This one is definitely breaching the line a little too much. But if we get enough into this whole Agatha rabbit hole, we can talk and call after this or in DMs. I have some concepts that might interconnect my things with Mutant Girl a little bit, in particular with Agatha. But
also, I think Josh has finally understood me. A crazy
head. Yeah, I've been pausing the chat because I haven't had a chance to actually read the chat yet, but I will get to that in a second. Just to respond to your setup about the mythology thing, it would have to be in the sense that there is like some sort of there have to be like certain Greek monsters or like Greek or ideas that came about that are similar in nature to the mutations that are being seen now. Just haven't got time to research that because she wasn't into mythology. So yeah, that just didn't ever escape.
Is Agatha still visiting Felix?
Yes.
Felix could just not give up on his search and could have just decided to research more into that, and that could also be the introduction to Agatha possibly being an oracle.
He wouldn't actually ever tell Agatha he was carrying on with that. He didn't tell Agatha it was for 7 years that he was even doing that.
Yeah, but by now Agatha knows.
Let's talk about this bit after stream though about what we could do with the future of that though, because I think each of us have ideas that may or may not have elements that we might all enjoy.
And of course, somewhat interfere with the science versus like the magic of the Butterverse and the science idea, the science fiction aspects.
Magic is just science you don't understand yet.
No,
You stole that
magic
from
is
Thor.
literally magic in the universe. I have Alpha Witch Academy and Fallen Angels have both established magic is very much its own thing.
There is a distinction, yes. In fact, actually, magic is studied. They do understand this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well,
Actually, to be fair, if magic is fact, then what is the difference between magic and science? That just got me thinking. Wait,
Yeah, magic
that's-
is science.
don't act
Science-
like you were intelligent, Maya. You stole that from Thor. Be quiet.
Oh yeah, it's a reference. Also, I've been saying that for like 2 years now. And you're
Thor's
the
been
first person who's
has
actually
been out a
called me
lot
out.
longer than that.
Oh, someone new is here, by the way, named Andri
Griswold?
Grace.
Audrey Griswold.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Can I just like read the chat that's been like piling up for ages? Okay, so go back a little bit. So Nova says, my impression of the music though, season 1 was boring, of course was chaotic. That's all I got. I mean, you know what? The one thing I'm going to take away from that Nova is the fact that you finally watched the show. So thank you for that. All right, let me just see. Right, yeah. Cursed Pikachu says Tokyo Revenge Gacha Edition. Not sure that was in reference to anymore. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Tokyo Revenge is like a game or something.
It's an anime.
Okay. Let's see. This one's for you. Blackjack, you think you're so smart, you think of the most random ideas out of any of these 5 people on screen right now, and that's a tone indicator of a joke. Okay.
Isn't the tone indicator literal different? Like,
I know I'm random.
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
feel like if I was to put people, on a scale,
Probably
of,
one
like,
of the
how-
youngest out of here, actually. My age,
I
but
will
I'm
say,
probably younger than you guys.
if I put everyone here on a scale of how chaotic they are, I'm gonna put Blackjack at the very extreme of the most chaotic.
That's okay.
Reserved. There we go. It's this order right now, the most chaotic people.
Yes.
Really? Okay. I don't know. I feel like I've established
BB, you haven't seen Judgment.
Name. No, I have not. You're correct.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Judgment entirely came out. I keep on seeing all I remember is that I keep on getting pings about how things are getting delayed and we need new actors.
Well, yeah, but that's for new episodes. That's not the beginning of it. Also, can we just Nova says Morwenna ends up a demigod just cause.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Can Julius be a
Josh
demigod then? Julius doesn't have parents
Josh
yet.
says, I know that we've what do you mean does that?
I love that. Just make every orphan a demigod.
Julius isn't an orphan.
I'm not saying he's an
saw.
orphan, but you haven't introduced his parents yet.
Yeah, we have.
So they still exist. They have been mentioned. We saw a flashback with them in it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we have seen.
Fine. Nicole.
Why just randomly Nicole? What did Nicole do?
Nicole is the daughter of Hermes. That's why she can run so fast. Anyway, that's no one captured that. That was a joke. No one.
Nope, that's a fact. That's a fact now.
Dang it.
Canon.
Josh said so too. Josh said so too.
Shush. Okay. Let's see. Well, he wants to be on trip. I was watching some Gacha FNAF covers the music Frigs by Nick. Okay. I guess Emma's not the only FNAF person anymore in Gacha. Just talking about all the questions. Yep. Look to the pin in my comments. One day maybe we'll get an answer or some closer. Yeah, I know. I tried. Also, this one I have to say, Maya, you crackhead fucker.
Now,
Josh finally understands.
Do we allow that on this channel? Are we allowed to say things like that? Is that a thing that's okay on the Jacob Butter channel?
I think
Caroline
said
it's not a swear word, so I don't.
We have.
What's the rules on that?
That's about where all of my ideas go. They go in the crackhead bucket that gets thrown out every month.
Yeah, that's the thing. You should action some of those because some of them are kind of interesting. Like that thing that you mentioned, like the series about that. You had your own magic school idea a while ago.
It was more like it was just a magic like a world build sort of thing. But I also don't take the time to do anything with my ideas.
So
Exactly.
imagine that. Yeah. Imagine
Well-
being that much of a loser that you have all these cool ideas and just never execute them.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm more
Could
interested in
definitely-
how your brain functions or how the world works around me, not how my brain functions. I've given up on that.
If anything, it'd be more interesting for you because you can relate more.
Yeah,
and
but I
understand
also don't have any EEG material. I don't have an MRI scanner or anything.
That's why you
that I
go to
can-
professionals.
Aren't
That
you
won't help
training
me.
to? Aren't you training to
Yes,
eventually
yes,
be
it would. They are literally
Yeah, but I haven't
professionals.
started yet. I start in a week. I leave on Friday.
Okay, fine. Right. Let me see. So we finally get to Audrey Griswold or Andrea Grace.
Yeah. I deleted this message. It has sort of a
yeah.
swear word in there. Yeah, ignore that.
Douche.
Oh, that's weird. I don't
Not a
know why it
swear
appears on
word.
Restream.
Yeah. Okay. First off, yes, it is. Second, that's not the one I was referring to. Don't
Oh.
repeat
Directing-
swear words if you think that's what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah, that's stupid. Anyway, directing hatred at the Gacha tubers here isn't going to do anything. Yeah, that's true. I don't think he's I
this
think
is
it's to say
correct.
that Josh is like. I don't think he's necessarily being like, "Oh yeah, I hate all gachas." He wants to be a gacha.
Well, no. It's because Josh was back here saying, Josh was trying to rush us. I think you might have skipped this message, but no, he didn't like how we kept on talking about the point of this stream, and weren't answering his question about how your vacation was, and then
Oh,
he
right.
started throwing a tantrum. To which Audrey said, "Yeah, let's chill."
Okay, fine. All right then. And just to clarify, yeah, my vacation was very fun. I am definitely glad to be back. Yeah. All right. And also, so yeah, thank you, Audrey, for addressing that, and BB as well. Noah says, I watch bits and pieces. Interesting strategy.
That's me or the Fallen Angels show thing.
Why though? Fallen Angels has a structure that you can follow.
Fallen
You
Angels
actually
actually has like it has a complicated plot. You can't just watch bits and pieces of the show and understand the whole plot.
Well, because
Actually,
sometimes
to be
I'm
honest-
when the show is
Yeah.
premiering, and sometimes I'm not. So I watch it when I'm here.
To be honest, you know what? It's not like a TV show. You can save a tab or something. It's YouTube. You can watch it whenever you want. That's how it works.
Could watch most
Okay,
TV
to
shows
be
whenever I
fair,
want.
I mean, a lot of streaming services do that now, anyways. So, I mean,
Streaming
you
services
know,
in general were meant to be watch on demand. That's the point of them. That was the original
exactly.
idea.
And
I don't even
normal,
have cable anymore.
exactly
I don't-
my point. And normal
Yeah.
cable isn't much of a thing anymore.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I used cable.
We
So
don't
then
have
then
cable
what?
anymore.
So then
Yeah, it's
why is
called
it that you
cable.
have to be around then? You're so used to streaming services,
Because I don't think about it.
right? You don't think about cable, but you act like you're watching cable.
No, I
Right
don't
then.
think about going back and
Okay.
watching a show.
Josh, genuinely chill out, sweet Jesus. Like,
That's what you-
I'm not gonna delete this one since it's not necessarily bad, but like, if you can't live without us, then you need to go outside and do something, okay?
Okay,
'Cause-
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have tried being funny. I'm sorry. I guess I really haven't been in the mental headspace. But Josh, can you like chill, please? Like, chill. All right, I'll try not to be cringy, but still.
Oh, it's
I'll
fine.
try.
It's funny. Please.
Well, no, it's because Josh
Anyway.
said, like, please don't block me, guys. I can't live without you.
Okay, can we
That
please?
just seems
Okay, can we please
why.
like that in order because I am trying to get through the things that I've left.
Yeah,
out.
no problem, Leo pal.
Yeah. All right.
Right, you call him Leo.
Anyway, cool stream. Can't wait to see Mutant Girls has Fallen Angels. I love that. The first introduction that you have to us is us discussing the finer intricacies of a show you haven't seen yet. I love that. But yeah,
Man, genuinely
Absolutely.
stick around because there's not a ton of stuff right now that are too interconnected, but trust me, it'll connect soon.
there's literally like several crossovers already.
It's like one crossover. What do you mean?
Let's see. Yeah, Fallen Angels running with
Fight,
you.
fight.
Pretty sure there's another one. I guess if you count like cameos
Puppy
and
Love.
stuff, you have
Puppy
Vampire
Love.
War as well. Puppy Love hasn't crossed over anything yet.
Exactly.
It is a crossover. It's the future.
That's not how that works.
That's not what a crossover is. Anyway, Right, let me just okay, so yeah, we've got a lot of other stuff in here. Oh yeah, we've got still talking about the 12 and demigod thing. If you're going by Percy Jackson logic, then yes, that is the age where most of that does show up. I do recall.
No, this isn't gonna go in Percy Jackson rules. I don't think.
Well, wasn't that because they made it a rule that the gods had to claim their kid by 12?
That was at the end of that series.
Oops.
Yeah, I actually have them up on my bookshelf just there. Anyway, let's see.
I don't know any of the books.
Blue Eclipse was here a while ago. I don't know if you're still here or not, but hello.
Hi, Blue.
Welcome. It has been some time. I've kept up with some of your server things. Let's see. Oh, okay. Now I see the thing here. Yeah, that is definitely intense. Yes.
And very unhealthy.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's not this isn't a rom-com or anything. Okay. Don't think yet. I can't watch it. I mostly know the plot from reading. I mean, granted, you will get the plot from reading the script, but yeah, not ideal. I will say that a lot of the stuff we talk about with story-wise, the inspiration for this did come from Monet talking about mostly stuff that was in the script. I haven't even got to a point that she mentioned before about dialogue, but yeah, certainly that when I tried to get to some of the visual aspects, she then stopped me as if that wasn't actually part of it. Again, it's visual medium. I will get to that in a second. Also, Curse Pikachu said, I used cable yesterday. Good for you.
Wait. I mean, I guess I think you just don't. There's not big things that happen on cable anymore. Like most things now are either on YouTube or on a streaming service. In fact, does YouTube not count as a streaming service?
No,
they have a streaming service.
I mean, you don't. Normally, streaming services you pay for it. I don't know.
You can pay for YouTube.
Okay,
yeah, there's like a premium.
Okay, hold on. YouTube Red is a streaming service. That's the difference. Or YouTube Premium, sorry, I should say. Or was it like YouTube TV? They have different ones, but they have streaming services.
They have multiple.
YouTube Music as well. I'm not sure if that counts as a streaming service, but I'm pretty sure you have to pay for that as well.
Or YouTube Gaming, actually.
I think it's mainly premium that they've been advertising lately. I think they still do YouTube TV. I haven't heard a lot about YouTube Red though in recent times.
I think they rebranded it as premium.
Yeah, that was a mistake that I made. Yeah, it is now premium. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So I just like say, okay, hold on. VA things, aka not watching the show but reading it instead. You know what? The My Street people did the exact same thing. That's fair. Actually, well, some of them did. I think Keston watched the show, but most of the other ones didn't.
But Keston had to watch the show at this point.
Well,
yeah, because he got bullied for it. I think Andy also had to watch.
Oh, what? Wait, I think I missed. I think I missed this part of the Aphmau lore. What? That was a thing.
Okay, that's an exaggeration, obviously, but yeah,
not obviously. I've seen it.
Because he's like he was the first voice actor that Aphmau hired, so of course him being around for the longest and seeing the transformation and such that went on, he would have been the most likely to be like, oh, how could you not have seen this if anyone had to say that? I would say Andy as well.
Keston really worked for when Aphmau picked him up, was he working for a lot of people at the time? Or was ironing coal or whatever his like big thing while it was going when he recorded that?
I'm not sure actually. I don't know.
I don't know. I know I find Keston in a bunch of things like every once in a while nowadays, though. So
I think he was already working on some stuff, and Aphmau just happened to message him, needing a voice actor. I'm not sure.
Oh, Bunny's here. Hello, Bunny.
I made a Mutant Girl bracelet, not bracelet, ring.
OMG, we did Mutant Girl tarot cards a while back.
I'm so bored. It's got the tail for the center and the yellow dress on the outside, and that's it.
There you go. That's our first piece of merch, everyone. Look forward to that in the store in the next, I don't know, what 5 years.
Rainbow Loom rings or charms.
Man, I remember ages ago we were talking about making a butter core like website.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Can I help?
We have.
I don't know
one.
why you're saying. I just said years ago. Like, I don't
We
even
have
know if it's a
what we're talking
thing.
about. We have one. Anyway, in fact,
Yeah,
you help me.
Wikia, that's where I got the like color choices.
Oh no, that's the wiki though.
Well, yes, that's.
What
yeah,
would the
go on.
website be for?
Hold on. Wait, what an oh, okay. I want to make a mutant tower of truth. Sorry, the fact that you wrote Taya there, I thought you meant like Tower of Teeth. I was gonna be like, oh god, no.
I love
Tower of
towers of
Truth?
teeth.
What's a
Just
Tower
my
of Truth?
favorites. Good question, actually. What is a Tower of Truth? That's Aiden. Aiden, I probably ask you to push out 42 episodes more often when you're a busy guy. Well, you know what?
It's fine. It's fine. You know, I mean, fun fact: I'm almost done with episode 3. But yeah, but
I
don't
feel like
worry.
a lot of
he was pushing me to work on something that I need to send in for the actual.
Well,
episode.
I needed
Like
this
a
piece of
day
media.
later.
But yeah, look, last time I did something like this in Fallen Angels, I got complaints about it. So if I can't do it right, I'll just have someone else do it for me. That's my philosophy, especially in art.
Was it the
If I
Hades
can't do
thing?
it right, just have someone else do it for me.
No, you know what? That's actually very, very true. Because like every time that we've given you a criticism for something, like the music, for example, I kept on talking to you about the music and the score of Fallen Angels. Who does all that now? Me.
Well, I haven't actually had you score anything in a while. Now I do all the scoring. I just use your music tracks. And sometimes I like to throw in new music tracks. Actually, I have been throwing in lots of new ones here and there. But
for a while, for a while it was me. And there's also the case of like the visuals and stuff where I end up getting most of the complex ones because I'm the one who goes into the most detail about visuals.
Yeah, no, in the script you're like, oh yes, let's write all this, and I'm like, oh god, how am I gonna do this? It's gonna be hard. No, Jacob, you deal with this.
I have not read this whole thing. This is the most cursed thing so far. Tower of Truth is Jenga the Jumbo version. But like every time you pull out a block, you get a question and have to answer it. I would love to watch the creators. Truth or truth? What is truth or truth?
It's like truth or dare, but with only truth.
That is the most boring thing known to man.
Why? It's just basically confession or like truth circle or something. I don't know what it's called.
I get that no one plays truth or dare the right way, but just throwing this out here, right? Whenever you play truth or dare, the whole thing is you keep going until you reach that limit and then you quit, right? There's not any actual risk. Like, it's not the end of the world.
Except for
drinking games. That's when it becomes the end of the world.
That's
true.
True.
Just pull the plug. Just pull the plug. You have no idea how many times I see. This is like one of my pet peeves, man. I'm going on like a Discord server, right? And a bunch of Discords have like these little truth or dare bots, right? And so I'm going over here and people are doing truth or dare, and then they just skip one and go to the next. No, that's not how you play truth or dare. What happens is once you say, no, I'm not doing that, I refuse, is you stop.
Yeah, the extreme. Go to extremes.
Honestly, you could play Truth or Dare with elimination very easily.
The last time I played Truth or Dare, I threw up with sriracha sauce since my cousin was like, I dare you to drink a whole bowl of sriracha sauce. And next moment, I just throw up like everywhere.
The most extreme thing,
tasting thing games.
The most extreme thing I've done in recent times in regards to Truth or Dare was torn off a little piece of paper and ate it.
Oh, I did that in middle school, but like as a challenge to see who could eat the most paper.
Yes, eat the most pizza.
So someone drew a piece of pizza on a piece of paper and then just gave it to you and you fell for it, clearly.
Well, because we had ketchup eating competitions and mustard eating competitions and paper eating competitions, and yeah, that's all I can remember at the moment.
And who can leave the ID?
That's the big question.
Okay. Yeah, back on topic for a second. Yeah, I'm decided to get patient with this Mutant Girl for it'll take like 3 or 4 months to come out. Honestly, Josh, you and me both. It generally like it irks me like whenever there's like too long a duration between Mutant Girl and Fallen Into Release. That's why I canceled the movie and made it into like episodes because I just could not deal with the fact that it's been half a year since there's been a Mutant Girl release, except for if you don't count remix.
See, I don't understand that. I don't understand that logic. Because like
Because
it's the same thing though, isn't it? It's the same thing. So if you just make the movie into episodes, what's the difference?
That you can compile something faster.
Oh,
how?
Also,
it's the
you're
same
not as bad
thing.
as Yuri on Ice. You are not as bad as Yuri on Ice.
Did you change the script at all?
No. Again, BB, BB. The thing is that at the moment, what was originally Act 1 is going to be Season 3, Episode 1, which means that I need the scenes for Season 3, Episode 1, versus if I'd done it properly, but the other way, where I need double the amount of content, because Act 2 and 3 were much shorter. I need double the amount of content, it would take twice as long.
That's why I want to just like get a good chunk of episodes done and then just upload those in advance.
But that would mean the Mutant Girl would take like 2 to 3 years to start coming out again.
So,
but the hiatus
since 2017. That was 5 years ago.
Here's the thing though, if you're scheduling the uploads, right? There's not gonna be a big hiatus because they didn't exist in the first place. But now that they do, they're going off on a steady point.
Okay, and there would need to be a big hiatus before you have enough things to schedule. Which is why
I'm sorry, Pikachu. I'm sorry for your dignity. Sorry.
Oh my. I mean, you know what?
Sounds like something I would have done.
The person who dared you to do that in the face.
That's a good loophole. I like that.
Why not slap the darer in the face?
Oh, that's another good one.
Oh man, it reminds me of the time I slapped that one girl across the face, like in my what was it? I think it was freshman year. Was it freshman year? I think it was freshman year. Yeah. I think she just had like anger issues or something, and then she just like tried taking her anger out on me and started like kicking me in the shins or something. So I just smacked her across the face. And then she went to the table. I finished getting my food. I walk over. I completely ignored. I try to act as normal as possible. She's so baffled. She sat there for like 10 minutes waiting. She just, you could see like her eye looking back at me like, is she gonna say something? Is she gonna say something? I'm just back here eating my chicken in peace. and she's like, don't you feel bad? I'm like, no, why? I actually asked why, just as if it was not obvious.
Oh
goes,
no.
Well, how long have we been friends? I'm like, I don't know, 4 years. She's like, you don't feel bad for slapping someone your friend for 4 years across the face? And I'm like, not really. Frankly, I'd do it again if in the same situation. And then I got a DM from her. I got a text message from some random number. Surprise, it was her boyfriend. And then I told him that he can't really do anything, and I don't regret it.
You should.
But I got in trouble by. But I got in trouble. I got in trouble by her boyfriend. Amazing that she even had a boyfriend. But
I've had angry boyfriend texts before for much less than that actually. I was the first one I ever got was because I was trying to arrange a birthday party with some of my friends from secondary school, just like getting the old squad back together, as one does. Yeah, the same day, one of their boyfriends messages me, so I just start he's going off and such, and I'm just there doing my thing, being like, okay, all right, I'm listening to you. And here's what I have to say about that in my calm and civilized voice. And you're not supposed to do anything about it because you're on the text and obviously not in the right state of mind.
Yeah,
so basically, I won before I even started.
Yeah, no, this guy, he just kind of slid. I got a random text from some unknown number. I was like,
hello, Colin Studios. Welcome. Recognize your name.
and so he's like, "Hello, is this?" And then he says my name, and then it's like, I don't know who's asking. I don't know you. And then we started talking, and then he ended up accidentally revealing that my friend had apparently been gossiping about my mental issues behind my back with him. So that set me off a little more during that day.
Very rude.
And then after a while, he just started getting angry and angrier and angrier. And he's like, if you want to hit her, you're gonna have to kill me first. And I'm like, I don't care. If this is all you have to talk about, then delete my number, please.
Oh, also, we're on Twitch right now, so yeah, this is obviously that no one actually died. Just saying.
Oh, we're on Twitch?
It's going to. Yeah, we're also on Twitch. Yeah,
I don't care about Twitch. It's okay.
We're on 2 channels. We're on Twitch and we're on Facebook Live.
It's great. Yeah, no, I'm still. I want to see how long it takes until I get banned on Twitch. That's my thing.
Okay, but please don't get my account banned. So anyway, going back to this again. I will say that the toxic boyfriends characters that I've dealt with in real life, that are actually the inspiration behind Darren. I will say that. Well, part of it. Also, like, people try and pose as bad boys because people are why they fall for it. So again, my usual gacha commentary mixed in with real life experience.
But Darren's cute.
And that's like
Darren's
fall for it.
Toxic.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
Maya,
there's a bunch.
you're the reason you're giving an example, a real life example of why that happens. And people say people can't relate to people on Mutant Girl. It's right there. The proof is in the pudding. Hello.
Yeah, no, I see a bunch of hot guys throughout my life, and then I talk with them, and I'm like, wow, you're just the worst.
Okay, hang on a second. Colin Studios is not new. I can tell who it is now because they've just said #Terry spinoff. Hi, Dylan.
Yes, a Terry spinoff.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need a Terry. There's just too much Pete, I think Pete really takes up the image, I think other characters need some time to shine. I think we should have a more Rena spinoff.
Oh, yeah, why not?
Yeah, I will say a problem I do at the Mutant Girl sometimes. I feel like a lot of the side characters could be even more interesting if they were given more screen time in development, in on-screen development, not off-screen development. Like there's certain
But for that to happen,
really wish I had more time to do more episodes, honestly.
I was going to say, for that to happen, you would need to have more screen time overall for it to not take away from Morwenna's screen time as the main character.
Well, yeah, but like in Fallen Angels, when I do like the writing and like the cutting away to other characters and stuff like that, it doesn't necessarily always take away from Adam. Or at least I don't think. I mean, that may be something that people feel. If so, I would like to know. But like when I like have multiple plots in one episode, like having some cutaways to other characters, like even just short scenes would show development would be nice. And the Mutant Girl having that happen more often than not, because most of the time we get little spurts of development. Like Kylie and Terry, for example, they're 2 characters who I really think were kind of boring in season 1. And season 2, they were kind of nothing. They were kind of nothing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely nothing.
More
like,
for those
but
2.
like I kind of like. I mean, Kylie and Terry focus may be interesting to see what they're like more personally. And we even have an idea for Kylie's future, which we could develop in future scenes if we were to add
becomes a band nerd?
3.
What if Kylie and Terry becomes a band nerd?
A what nerd?
A band nerd.
Oh, a band nerd. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought you said band nerd or something.
I want to see them walk around school using their trombones as weapons.
Okay, I will say they both do actually get something that they each devote their time to in high school. I won't say what that is, but that's
Can you have an Aphmau fan club?
You know what? I now instantly regret not putting that in.
Okay.
It's too late to do that, though.
The Aphmau fan club.
But it's too late. Don't like all the YouTubers have like different names now?
Aphmau doesn't. What are you talking?
Aphmau doesn't. I mean, Aphmau changed what
That's because we haven't. That's because we haven't shown Aphmau in the Butterverse.
Well, there you go. Okay,
Aphmau is a legend.
We can
Bro,
try
but like,
that. We can try that as like a visual detail. Actually, we could get Ghosty to design an Aphmau Club booth or something.
well, yeah. Well, I was just thinking because like I don't know, because every other YouTuber we've had, we've just ended up changing their name.
First time was mostly for chatbox, which we had a specific reason why they couldn't be the YouTuber themselves.
Jacob, I need to be honest with you. I think the reason why I've been kind of slowing down on watching the Mutant Girl is because every time I see Pop scenes, I'm like, I want to fight Pop just to defend Morwenna because I get so riled up. That's why I don't usually watch drama because of that reason. So I just want to applaud you for writing a very realistic bully character.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, right? That Monet recently described Reina as like a different type of bully character, and I do see the similarities between Reina and Pop. But obviously, one of them is a foil to the other because one actually cares about people and actually has the potential to be decent. Yeah. So yeah, definitely.
However, the latter is more scary as someone who does care about people and continues to have those characteristics that could lead to easier manipulation of people.
Right.
Well, so
without them noticing.
So far, she's the one who's been manipulated, so we're clear on that so far. But who knows in the future? You're right.
Man, this really changed from what do you think of the Mutant Girl to everything else.
What do you mean?
It's the Mutant Girl theory time.
We literally talked about Reina and Pop right before you said that. What do you mean? This is the Mutant Girl.
Okay.
Well, I know it's just that, yeah, but I think the implication was that we were supposed to be talking about like things we should do better.
I see.
All things that are being done right. The description literally says what have we done right, what have we done wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, in fact, the title is what do you think of the Mutant Girl, and we just had an
And
opinion
Fallen
of
Angels.
things of the Mutant Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't discussed Fallen Angels yet, which I'm just waiting for that discussion point to come up because like I am actually really interested because
Okay, all right, fine.
Like I'm just gonna kind of talk about what I talked to Jacob about and how it phrased it, kind of how I phrased it to Jacob. Like no one has actually told me what they really like about Fallen Angels or what they really dislike or like individual ideas. Like for example, this character arc, what?
But they don't have to do that. They don't have to do that, Aiden. We just have to.
Aiden, that's a lie.
You see what doesn't work now.
Wait,
you see what
do
doesn't
you
work.
mean?
Anyway, yeah.
What do you
There
mean?
on multiple accounts, I have been present for complete attacks of your videology or whatever you want to call it, like
Video.
like
Videology. No, you're right.
Videology.
I don't know if you're being. I don't think you're being serious, but
No, you got it. Go on.
but like you're like the like quality or lack there or the like lack of execution on certain accounts has been completely attacked. Like there are some things people don't say to Jacob that people will 100% say to you.
Oh no, like this is a discussion point I had. No, people will be. I guess I feel like people are a little bit harsher on me comparatively to Jacob because I don't know why. But yeah, I do.
Granted,
yeah.
I myself am partial.
Probably because Jacob like hits them hard with logic. Emotional damage. Well, I guess more with logic, I guess, but I don't know.
I guess maybe because I have more reasons for the stuff that I do, and then Aiden would mostly be like, I don't know. That no.
Sometimes I do things genuinely because it works, and it's just how I do things.
Well, yeah, but the problem is, what are you trying to get to work?
Like listen.
Okay, we'll get to that. There is one more thing. Josh, we'll go over that when we get to Fallen Angels. There's one more thing that I want to do before we move on to talk about Fallen Angels on Aiden's channel, which was supposed to be a setup with this very same stream, but was not. But we'll deal with that. So I'll send people over. If you see the description, I put a link to Aiden's channel, so he can set that up. But there is one last thing I want to discuss. Well, I don't know. It might be. It was meant to be same. It was meant to be this one. I had him do the paired option, but he just didn't end up setting up. I don't know. Okay, so there's one more thing that Monet brought up. It's like a big thing actually. kind of started this whole thing off. Like the first thing that she mentioned about the Mutant Girl, and that was to do with dialogue. And one thing that she said actually was that in most situations, there was that with the dialogue, with the lines that are being said, a different character could say it and not much would change. Now I said to her that depends on who you replace it with, because you can't necessarily have a line that that Morwenna says replace it with Empress, for example. You could maybe have a Raina line and replace it with Pop, depending on how that reaction would have gone. But again, you have to think about that clearly. So that's why I want to play a game. So without going to too much
Who said it?
hold on. Without going to too much context, I am going to read off a few lines from season 3 without much context, and it is your job to guess which character is saying it.
Oh, we're going into game mode.
Should we like
game
say it out
show
loud
Jacob.
or like
I'm
write it in
down.
the chat?
Oh my gosh,
this
it's gonna
is
be like
game
the
show,
Saw
Jacob.
movies. Yes, the Saw franchise. Hell yeah.
Yes, because
Alright.
Saw is the only thing ever to involve
Should we just, like,
a
shout it
trivia
out?
show.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Are we
I'm
just,
coming
like,
on.
shouting out
Oh,
whatever
I'm
we
gonna get a
think?
little dark, man. I just wanted to-
Disregard Jeopardy. Disregard Jeopardy.
Aiden has an unfair
Jeopardy never
advantage.
existed in
Aiden's
my-
writing season 3.
I mean, if you
Well,
don't want me to answer, I won't answer. But I mean, it's been a while since I reviewed it. But
it's been like it was written a long time ago. Okay,
okay.
We're gonna start off with an easy one. I'm only going to do characters that like appeared before.
Morwenna.
That's not the line.
You
Okay.
haven't even heard the line.
Okay.
He said easy.
So the first line that I have for people is, "Girl, don't even lie. I've had 2 kids."
Oh,
The
isn't
mom.
it one
Oh.
of Morwenna's parents, like
Morwenna's
dad or
mom. Morwenna's
Geneva.
mom. Her dad didn't have 2 kids. Her mom had the
Wait.
kids.
Okay,
Oh.
so you and Ada are saying Geneva.
Okay, yeah.
Blackjack is saying Geneva or Silas. Phoebe, what do you think?
Maybe Silas has a secret kid. You never know.
Is it
Oh!
Empress?
That would be more than 2 then, because we have more than Sebastian.
Empress hasn't had any kids.
No,
Oh.
here's my thing. Empress hasn't had any kids, but I'm thinking Empress because she could be saying it figuratively, like not her own children.
True. But he said this is easy.
Yeah,
Well,
He
yeah.
said we're on easy.
Well, yeah, it is easy. She was with the kids at the camp or whatever for
Or
season
maybe
2.
Empress
That was more than
adopted
2
children?
then.
Maybe Empress adopts children in season 3 or something?
That was
Or
more than 2. Okay.
Oh my
so-
god, Raina is pregnant with twins. So
Raina's pregnant?
Okay. So people say
Season 3, episode 10 title.
okay. So we have Geneva or Silas, Empress. The correct answer, unsurprisingly, is Geneva. You fools.
Oh, so Silas doesn't have a secret kid. Okay.
What
Yeah,
do you?
that was gonna be
Yeah,
more
yeah,
than
we
2.
need.
Because
Yeah,
has
we need-
Morwenna and Sebastian.
Yeah, we need to wait to have the abortion arc in season 3.
Oh no.
oh my god.
Wait. If Raina has the elf ears, if she was pregnant, would her kids also have the elf ears, or how does the
Yes.
mutation work?
Yes.
In
Okay,
theory,
cool.
yes,
She
because
would
the
have.
mutation is a genetic mutation.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
assume. Yeah, I'd assume it would probably go into the offspring.
But if-
Although it might not go into the offspring because
If it's the dominant gene, they could have a recessive gene, and she could pass off the recessive gene as normal. However, I believe that the
oh, okay.
mutation is generally the recessive gene, as it's highly uncommon.
Mm. Or
So
maybe
most
the
likely
ears
she
are, like,
wouldn't have
smaller
it, but the
because-
kid would be a carrier.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
no, mutations for what me and Jacob discussed are a dominant gene. Like if Morwenna
Okay,
had
in
kids,
which
they'd have
case,
dragon tail, and if Empress had kids, they'd have
Aiden,
either
fix your
bear
mic.
ears or wolf ears. Huh?
yes,
What?
they would either be carriers
fix
or
your mic,
no,
Aiden.
they would either be presenting or they
Ow.
wouldn't have it because they can't be carriers of a dominant gene.
Hmm.
If they're carrying the dominant
Hello?
gene, that means they
Oh.
display the trait.
That's better.
Mm-hmm. we'll get to that once we actually see a second generation mutant because that hasn't actually happened yet.
What do you wait? You know, yes, it has.
Puppy love.
Yeah.
Puppy
In the
love.
mutant girl. In the mutant girl, it hasn't happened.
Oh my God, Raina's gonna get pregnant in high school.
Although I will say, in Puppy Love, all 5 quintuplets have werewolf ears. So
chances are it's the dominant gene.
Yeah.
But that doesn't explain whether or not Raina or Morwenna are homozygous dominant.
I mean, we won't get to find that out for some time because they are 14 years old. Okay. Right. So the next line is thanks, Cheesecake.
Marwick.
One more time.
Thanks, Cheesecake is the line.
I know who this one is. It's Marwick.
One of Morwenna's parents.
I feel like Marwick is just trying to flirt with Morwenna. I think it's that kind of scene.
Okay, I see
Julius because Cheesecake is orange and Agatha's hair is orange.
What weird cheesecake are you eating?
I don't know. I don't eat cheesecake.
It shouldn't be orange.
It's red Leicester cheesecake. It's red Leicester cheesecake specifically. Nothing else.
Chocolate cheesecake? I don't know. Wait, what does cheesecake look like? I
don't really know. I'm pretty sure cheesecake is orange.
Basic cheesecake. Basic
really?
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake where I live is like yellow or sometimes
cheesecake
brown.
Is complicated.
Basic cheesecake is like a thick normal it's like normal pie, right? But it's a little bit thicker usually than normal pie. It's has white. It's normally white. I mean generally soft, but a little bit of a crunch, and it has like that granola kind of crust thing on it.
Okay, then Sebastian. Sebastian seems like the type to have cheesy nicknames.
So, yeah, but if I had to guess, it feels like something Marwick would say, though. If he was
that sounds like Morwenna's parents.
Okay, Jacob, do you just want to reveal it?
You have the votes. You have Sebastian, Morwenna's parents. Basically, you've got Morwenna's boyfriend, parents, and brother.
Okay. Well, I tell you what.
Okay, wait.
You all got different people, but you all got that was being said to Morwenna. So I'll give you that.
Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure we talked about this. I actually know who it is. So.
Well, yeah. Okay, fine. The correct.
So then
answer
Aiden does
is
the reveal.
Yes, because it's Marwick because Morwenna in the music video was like, with the sweetness of a cheesecake. She was smiling at her cheesecake. Basically, the line was, cheesecake. So that's why it became a pet name there because music video reference from Marwick.
I will say, I get Phoebe's logic because obviously Morwenna's parents both have a thing about giving her a different nickname every time. So it very easily could have been. So yeah, that's fair. That's one situation where you could swap out the character and it would still make sense. However, if you put in like a different character that wasn't Evra, Sebastian, yeah, he's never really done a nickname or anything like that. Apart from Sis, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, but it sounds like such a cute boyfriend thing to do. Like, aw, thanks, cheesecake, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
It does add a different context. If you did swap it out for First Light Evra, it would change the end.
Yeah, but that would work too.
It still changed the way it was responded. So yeah.
Okay.
I will say, credit to Monet, I am going through these and I am seeing that there's like certain situations where people who are in a certain scene, if you did actually swap them out, then there's some ones where it's like impossible to tell who actually says ones, but there are very clear examples of people who do say certain things. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay.
Yeah, like for example, if I sent like anyone for some cornbread, for example, that's a Matthew Marwick. But you wouldn't know that. But I do understand
who?
To a certain extent. Matthew Marwick.
Is that the dad?
Yes. Okay. Oh, hey, look at that Southern Monjan question.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna give that as an example. Okay, that was Let's skip forward a couple of episodes. Let me see. Okay.
While you're doing that, what's
All right.
Julius's
Okay,
color? It's green, right?
Well, it was green, but it became red in season 2.
Okay. I don't have red,
Right.
so.
Why
Okay,
why
sit
it changed color?
because green screening him
Green
at the
screen.
time, it was a pain to do. Okay. All right. So here's one. Man, we need a theme song or something. That entrance was boring.
I feel like that could either be Pop or Reina.
My thing is that sounds like something Pete would say, but I know I never recorded that line.
Honestly,
Unfair
I
advantage.
honestly,
I was
honestly,
tempted to say
Pop,
Pete, but I'm like,
I
no,
think
don't
it's
remember saying
Pop.
that.
Oh no, wait, is it Pop? Is it? No, wait, it's
Okay, so
Bianca.
it was like
I'm
something about
saying
being boring.
Bianca. I'm saying Bianca.
I
Terry?
don't remember
I
seeing
am.
that line though, so I don't think it's Bianca.
Yeah, I am gonna say I'm not giving like new characters that haven't appeared yet.
Oh,
Fair,
so
people
then
haven't
Pop.
seen this.
Then I don't
By the
know.
way,
So
chat,
then-
you can vote as well. Incidentally.
Can you repeat
Josh
the quote?
voted for Marwick
Yeah,
a while
one more
ago.
time. For the last one, yeah.
Okay. Oh, if Mark was the last one, then yeah, that's
No,
correct.
Marwick
If it
was for the previous one. Talking
if it
about
was
the
this
previous
one,
not-
no.
No, he didn't
Okay.
vote for Marwick. It was
Okay,
Marwick.
let's
well,
go,
well.
Josh. Getting it right then. All right. Good job,
Okay,
Yeah,
Josh.
sure.
Good
it's
job, Josh.
Pop
Time.
or Reina, honestly.
Yeah, can you repeat
Okay.
the quote?
Man, read a theme song or something. That entrance was boring.
Julius. It sounds sarcastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
All right.
Julius as well.
Well, guess what? You're both correct. The answer is Julius.
Yeah.
Yay.
Dang, I didn't.
There you
Although
go.
my
I'm
first
sad
instinct was
then.
actually Terry,
Hmm.
but
I wouldn't have said Pop would necessarily care about a theme song necessarily. I mean, she has a
Oh,
line.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel
And
like Terry was
Prop
basing
does
the
actually
something
have a
boring.
canonical leitmotif. So, you know.
Well, yes, she has a theme song. She doesn't need another one. She's got hers. Yeah, but yeah, you are right. She has to have, yeah. All right.
I feel like a lot of kids in that scenario would have fit simply because it's just saying how a teacher's entrance was boring or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that's a good point.
All right.
So
Let's
on that one
see.
specifically, I'm with Monet.
Yeah, I'm looking for a different thing for worse than other character. But
Oh, no.
I just realized this entire scene is a huge spoiler, so I'm not going to use this scene. Right.
No. Give us a freebie. If it's a huge spoiler, then we'll know. Probably.
We won't.
Otherwise, it's embarrassing.
Insane. No.
Who is we? Because if it's a huge spoiler, I won't know it. Jacob doesn't tell spoilers.
Oh yeah. Listen, he's not Aiden. Give me a second.
So I don't read the whole script to avoid spoilers. So,
Okay. I mean, normally I would say don't do that because that's when you.
Well, you should read the lines around your character
Yeah,
speaking.
that's
Like,
true. Or
that-
like the scene context. Like if the scene is like sad or something, yeah. Then but if it's like the whole thing, I'd rather not because like
Forget if it was
Yeah,
you or
I mean,
Emily,
that
but
makes
one of
sense.
y'all sent me lines and it was no context, nothing.
oh
And then you didn't respond to me when I was asking what in the world was going on.
That doesn't
So-
count.
I think that was
Like,
Emily,
sometimes there's
honestly.
subcontext, like the character's like wounded or like it says in a like dying breath or something. I don't know.
I will say, voice acting for Citrus animations is a challenge sometimes because she'll just
Oh.
not give me anything to work with apart from like just the context of the lines themselves. Like stage directions, they come in a little bit later, but yeah, like what is
I'm back.
happening-
Sorry, I went off to get a drink.
Okay, all
I
right.
made a Julius X Agatha thingy.
It's why is it evolving?
What do you mean? It's got
What'd you say?
Julie. It's
Wait,
got
I'm gonna
Julius.
search up Julius X Agatha. Hold on.
Okay.
You probably won't
This is like
come up
season 1, which
with
is
much.
beforehand. So it's OG Julius and Agatha because I don't have any red. At least I can't find it. My whole thing's a mess. But yeah, because Agatha seems like the strong one usually. So Agatha's on the outside.
Oh, I'm gonna be very surprised if anything goes up and oh no, it's like Marvel stuff. Okay.
Wait,
Never
what?
mind.
Julius?
I just
Yeah,
searched
you
up
got-
Julius X, Agatha,
Yeah, you're not
Mutant
gonna-
Girl.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mutant Girl hasn't blown up to the point where you're gonna find it on a search quite.
I got a
Yeah.
Julius and Alice.
Okay.
Really?
Well, that's that. Okay, right. Next quote. Next line. Okay. Next one is I'm over here.
Darius. Darius.
Marwick.
Marwina?
Darius is a puppy love character.
Oh, okay. His name's
Darius
so
doesn't
six
exist
letters
yet.
long, and it has an A and R in it. That's all I got.
I'm gonna say Marwick.
No, that
Okay.
sounds like something Mimi would say.
I feel like either
Mimi's not well.
I feel like anyone would say that.
Mimi
anyone could say that.
Mimi isn't in the Mutant Girl.
But okay, but
Also, Mimi would say, "Fine, I'm here, God." More like.
okay, I know. But I mean that's something that Mimi could voice. So like,
Okay.
who does Mimi voice?
Reina.
Oh, okay. Then Reina.
She replaced you. She replaced you. That's
Well, I
like-
thought
don't
someone
know.
else replaced them after that.
I don't know if that's a good method. Mimi
I mean, I
and
guess
Mimi and Morwenna are both. Wait, not Morwenna. Mimi and Reina are two really different people.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I see. Well, I feel like Morwenna has gone through character development, but like she's still kind of shy though. So
The character development has not made her more like Mimi. Like,
probably
I just
not.
mean that
but,
it's
like,
something that I think they could voice well. And
I
Jacob
mean-
knows his voice actors.
I mean, I can totally see Morwenna saying that though. I don't know, like even
I mean-
if it's wrong, I guess it's wrong. I could still see that though. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
or
what
Emily.
the context situation is, but
Who does Emily
Emily
voice?
Emily voices Eliza. She's
Oh,
Reina's
who's Eliza?
And
Oh,
well,
that
yeah,
doesn't
and
work.
Frida just appeared yet.
And,
that
and
doesn't
Frida,
work.
but Frida would not say that. Frida from the music video isn't a good person, as you can
It's like
tell.
Jacob
See,
says,
you guys
psychotic,
keep
this is
saying this,
Priyanka
and
or
I'm
something.
thinking. You keep saying that. I'm thinking of Rita from like the Power Rangers.
Ah, Morwenna. Oh, I can't do it. Ah, Morwenna.
I
I'm
was thinking
Frida
of Peter.
Repulsa,
I
and
Peter.
I
Peter or
am here to
something.
destroy you. I'm going to get the Power Rangers.
Okay, so I can do.
God, I can't.
Okay, so I
Go,
can
go,
do the
Power
Repulsa impression, but I'm
Rangers!
not going to right now. It's too late. It's too late at night
Oh.
for me to do the impression. I'll do it some other time.
Dude,
Okay.
you should totally
You just
do a
made me
Rita
think of Rita
Repulsa
Skeeter.
impression.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's get a Rita Repulsa Butterverse show.
What?
I think that'd be against the law, but okay.
I can't do that.
I've decided it.
Anyway, whatever. But whatever. The point is, you're all wrong. It's Empress.
oh,
What?
really? Oh, I guess that could work too. Actually,
Thinking about it, it does sound like an Empress
I'm just
thing, but it
curious
is a
about
pretty
context.
generic statement.
yeah.
I would need more
Yeah, I think
context.
that was what Mona was getting at as well. You know what? I'm gonna do one more of these. I'll do one more, but I need to be like a long one. I need to be like one of those speech ones. So not just like random ones. Let me just see.
The thing about character specific lines is not every character has to only say a line that only they would say, in my opinion. Like characters, as long as they make sure you can tell the difference between characters, and most of the time in their speech and most of the time in the screen time, you tell them apart. You know, it'd be one thing if they sounded very similar, looked similar, acted similar, and said the exact same things, had the same motivations, stuff like that. But as long as there are extreme differing factors between characters, you know. Like certain characters are gonna be drastically different than others. Like you can't compare Morwenna to Empress, you know.
Well, I mean,
However,
if you're off
people,
screen,
like,
I don't
pick
know if
up.
that's such a telling thing in the Mutant Girl. I mean, let's be honest. Sometimes you hear Nasib, sometimes you hear Caroline.
People pick up on different like ways that other people talk, like from hanging out with people and stuff. So it's like also like it could like be attributed to the years that they've been together now. Like Julius and Reina talking similarly wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah, but like in the Mutant Girl, people's voices change, you know,
I mean, like
frequently.
speech,
I mean, the
like,
way their puberty works is
the
weird,
words
you
they
know.
use.
I mean, you know, Mutant Girl puberty just is it's the wildest thing.
It's the up and downs.
Okay, here we go. Here's one. All right. And yes, I think one thing that Mona was trying to say there was that there was so much that could just be replaceable or exchanged that it felt like the dialogue felt a lot more basic. I think that was the main thing. But definitely, I'm looking through just one thing I wanted to do with this game was to see if there were like moments when yes, there's definitely a few examples in here where it's very clearly a certain character, much like this one. I think you'll all get this one. When was it that the perfect and incorruptible Bianca Bates stooped to the level of a feeble, friend-stealing freak show?
Pop.
Oh, Pop.
Pop.
It's definitely
Pop.
Pop.
You're all right. You're all correct. It was Pop.
I thought you about to say we're all wrong, and I'm like,
Okay, who else cares so much about the main characters to call them a freak show, like, in that context? Really?
Well, I mean, Pop's the
is
only
my-
one who calls Morwenna a freak show. Like, that's her thing. I mean, I think at one point Bianca co-ops that and calls Morwenna a freak show, but it really is more or less a Pop thing.
isn't Bianca like gonna become friends with Rana or something? Weren't they in some club together or something?
No, they're not.
I don't
Bianca's
think so. I
in
think Bianca's
swim.
friends with...
Bianca's in swim team. Raina's in
No.
cheerleading. Or
Ooh.
spoiler alert.
It's like you can't swim up to me.
Darn it, I
Oh.
forget. I've been working on the movie too long. Listen, I'm stupid.
See, this is
So-
what we call pulling an Aiden.
Don't
Nah.
mind me.
Aiden is the Tom Holland of the Butter Bunch.
Yes.
He
Yes.
is.
Yes.
So yeah, in season 3, most if not all the characters do find something that they devote themselves to during high school, aside from the studies, and stay.
Can Julius join dance club?
It's
Oh,
already been
Morwenna.
decided.
Morwenna
I
looks
want
like you
Julius.
team up with.
I want Julius to get into jazz.
I don't, jazz? How would that work? Like, would he join band?
I
By
feel like
getting
Julius
into
would join the
jazz.
chess club. I feel like Julius would either join the chess club or something music related.
Can
Ooh, the
someone walk
card
over
club.
to Julius and go,
Or
"You
some
like
sort of
jazz?"
like game club. I feel like Julius would do some sort of game club so then he could say the neutral line all the time. All the freaking time.
Towards
fair.
the end of the whatever you're going with, season or unit or whatever you call it, act
Season
or something.
1,000, 6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah,
Whatever
we
you're
don't
going
argue.
with.
Julius
Reina
Julius
has
could
like
go.
has a fallout with all the cheerleaders and starts the Aphmau fan club.
Julius should
Like that,
Julius should join the D&D club just so that way he can be true neutral every
Oh.
time.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
No, but like do a scene where it's like, you know that song by some girl who went on America's Got Talent or something that's about how like she quit the Popular Kids and stuff like that and then joined the marching band for her last year or something.
This might be surprising, but I don't watch America's Got Talent.
It might have been
Oh.
Britain's Got Talent, so that doesn't really change anything. Is her name
I don't know.
I mean-
Although I do think that actually, if people want more focus on Julius to do with something, maybe like there was an idea a while ago that Aiden had about doing like D&D side stories. Maybe Julius could actually lead those, and we get to see something from his perspective somewhat, or like his personality coming through. Oh, Grace
Let's
Vanderbilt.
go Julius spinoff.
Yeah.
Yes, that one.
Mm.
She wasn't even in
Cool.
high school when she went on that. She was like 12.
Or maybe Julius's backstory, where it turns out that he's actually been adopted this whole time, and his parents were actually
And he's
behind
demigod,
Morwenna's
whatever.
mutation baking. I don't know.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Julius is a demigod. Julius is a demigod.
This
No.
is why we
Yes!
said
He's
that
secretly a
that
demigod.
this is
Oh,
why
okay.
Josh called you chaotic. Also, by the way, secretly a demigod, that's a good gacha title. Someone use that.
Mhm.
I mean, honestly, knowing me in my history with that kind of genre, I probably would do something with that, honestly. I mean, I want to deal with like the Demon Girl series, and I want to deal with a fairy series I'm working on. But maybe later on, I could do a demigod theme.
You want to do a story with me?
Sure.
I don't know
hold
anything
on.
about production.
There's no way
It doesn't
fairies
matter.
are
You can
canon
be
to the
you can be involved in the
Butterverse.
writing process.
Yes, fairies are very much.
Why are they canon to the Butterverse? That's not a Greek
They-
thing.
they
In
got-
fact,
Oh my
no,
god, yes!
No, Fae are like
Yeah,
a completely
neither are-
different mythology.
Yes, so are
Well-
angels. What's your point?
Blah, 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 blah.
Listen, I
Interesting.
I
Percy
co-opt a
Jackson
lot
series-
of mythologies and throw it into Greek mythology.
In the
Oh,
Percy
that's
Jackson
good.
series, all of the mythologies were real as long as they held belief.
That's
Or
not
maybe
how
that's
that works here,
Marvel.
though.
One of the two.
I mean,
It's-
you know, if you're
it's
gonna
in-
throw an angels in there and fairies, might as well throw some Egyptian mythology. You know, why not at this point?
Yes!
No, it works
don't
that
know.
way in Percy Jackson and Marvel, but not in the Butterverse. In the Butterverse, we ended up
guess
deciding that it was just the Greek gods.
Oh, okay.
Blah, 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 blah.
All right.
I guess
I
makes sense.
just remembered there is. Okay, speaking of angels and such, we should get on with that. And there's one more thing I just realized I should have done, because I did say if everyone couldn't join the stream, that they should actually send in their stuff in the server in the Your Opinion Matters channel. I'm just gonna read through what we got in here, basically. So the first.
Oh, because we forgot about the chat.
Yeah, the message from Quadzi says Raina and Morwenna should have gone together.
Gone where together?
No, gotten
Dated.
together.
Oh, yes,
Oh.
they should have. Absolutely. That or
You'll
Agatha.
just
I
say-
liked Agatha and Morwenna.
I mean,
Okay,
Agatha
I got-
and Morwenna, I wouldn't mind. I mean, honestly, they would be a cute ship. Obviously, she's with Julius and Morwenna's with Marwick, so you know what?
And I
Unless
kinda
they both,
like
unless they
Raina
both
and
suddenly
Falcon
are like,
similar to a
hey,
Buffy
men,
Becky
we're
setup.
breaking up with you. We're going with each other because girlfriends before
That is-
don't think
boyfriends.
that's how it would turn
Legends
out,
of Korra.
though.
They broke up with Mako and said, let's hook her.
Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah, that's how it happened. We just write that fanfic out. Yeah, she basically Morwenna was like, Marwick, you're cute and all, but you know who's cuter? Agatha. I love her ginger hair.
Anyone else interested in the like Pop and Reino thing?
Oh,
and,
no,
like, the
Jacob,
Pop and
don't
Debbie
die
stuff,
on
like,
us,
when they used to be
no.
friends as kids?
They weren't friends as
Jacob's
kids.
like,
I can
why?
guarantee you that.
Why do I go through all this?
I'm already dead on my one was Shinda or whatever.
Fine, then Pop and Reina in a
I feel like Bianca and-
setup.
I feel like Bianca and Pop would have gotten together, if I'm being honest, but I don't know. Maybe they're just friends. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, maybe
Those two are
actually-
barely friends at the moment.
Oh,
Exactly, but they
maybe
could
later.
be more. They could be more.
It's like-
They have 3 more years of high school. No, wait. Is Bianca a freshman?
Oh no,
No,
it's not.
she's a
2 more.
sophomore.
Yeah, so they
Oh.
have 2 more years of high school to get together.
Well,
Oh,
hold on,
God.
wait. I'm confused here. Is there something I'm forgetting about the family tree on Mutant Girl? Why is Josh asking about if Agatha is Morwenna's sister-in-law?
I mean, she's like an honorary May. If you
Did
if-
Agatha
I
get
think-
together with Sebastian?
No,
that's a
she
thing.
had, okay, hold on. So
What?
she had a crush on him, but that was it.
yeah, it's like when you have an unfortunate crush. I mean, I feel like we all have had 1 or 2 unfortunate crushes, whether it be on a real person or a fictional character. You know.
Did the Morwennas adopt
Every
Agatha?
anime
No,
fan
they
ever.
have not
Oh,
adopted
unless
Agatha.
got actually married,
Well,
but
because
I think
Agatha
they're in all
doesn't
in high
have
school.
a functioning guardian right now. Right?
Yes, she does. She is
Aiden.
living with. No, this has been confirmed in season 2.
What?
You know.
Wait, who adopted
Jacob's
Agatha?
Jacob's right now thinking about whether you're about to end everything.
Agatha is currently living with Julius temporarily while they search for her next of kin.
I think Jacob is questioning his
Okay.
own existence right now.
Okay, fine. You're safe, Aiden. You're safe.
Wow, you're about to Harry Potter me?
You're
Wow,
a
I see
wizard,
how it
Jacob.
is.
You're a wizard.
I certainly am. I've
I'm
been a
getting
proud
ready to
Raven-
make the audience forget.
I've been a proud Ravenclaw since I was 14. Anyway.
Oh, nice. I actually can see that,
yeah.
though.
So Okay, so all right, that I feel like we've got enough out of that one. So thank you, Quadzi, for that submission. I'll also
Are
I
we
say
going to
something
address the fact
here.
that your lines are too hard to read?
Just get
I think we
Comic
did that
Sans. Suck it up.
That's not the point. I think the point
Phoebe
was
is
the
mean.
vocabulary. I think the
Yes.
point was the
They have big words that we have never seen.
Learn
that does
Comic
come
Sans. Figure it out.
What? That's not the.
The point
Get
is,
Comic
you can't
Sans
read the
and
word.
do 50
It has
takes
7
until you
vowels and
figured
3
out the
consonants.
word
It's a
perfectly.
French-based word.
We're gonna start making voice act. If we get more complaints like that, we're gonna force every voice actor we have to start doing tongue twisters, all of which involve in supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Good job.
And,
Good job.
and they're gonna keep saying it until
Being
they
able
got it
to
right.
pronounce the word and knowing what pronunciation to be making are 2 different things.
No,
you don't
no,
know what
because
the
see,
word is to know
no,
how
see,
to
it doesn't
pronounce
matter. You just need to learn, and if it's that hard, then use Google.
Actually, I will say
Google
a lot of the
says
time.
things wrong.
A lot of the time, the words are phonetic.
The dictionary is just not incorrect. You sound like that one racist Subway ad who is trying to say how the dictionary's definition of racism was incorrect.
Nah,
But
but the
aren't there
Google
different
speech button
dictionaries that
says
define
things
it in different
wrong.
ways?
I'm talking about the Oxford Dictionary, the one that shows up whenever you look it up. I mean, it's the Oxford Dictionary.
Oh, I use the translator. I type it into Google Translate, and then sometimes it tells me the words wrong.
Why would you do that? Just use
Google Translate is a troll. It's very
Why
much
would you do that? Everyone knows that's a dumb idea.
Well, clearly not everyone.
Okay, everyone with a brain cell thinks it's a dumb idea.
Okay, right. So here's the thing. I don't think I can actually change the vocabulary now because that would be like regressing the character's like cognitive abilities. And that's what they did in Alien 4 Season 3. And I think anyone will agree with me. The more we avoid that situation, the better.
Fine, you can just say that they go to a smart person school, like an English, like a humanities magnet school or something.
Them claiming it's a smart person school only proves that they don't need to be in a smart person school. I like how someone. I like how Maya's head moves that way, and I hear someone go, "Huh?" So it sounds like Maya just had some great revelation.
It's quite the opposite. I'm lost.
Right. Okay. So can we let's wrap this up so we can go to Fallen Angels already. Okay. So I did actually caption something that I sent to Aiden about something that Monet also said about like looking at something like the show from a marketing perspective and the reason why it hasn't actually taken off in the way that they might have possibly hoped. And that was she seemed to think that wasn't doing that. However, I will say about season 2, it was partially crafted in that way because season 2, what happened was I noticed in season 1 every time I uploaded a new video that the view count on all of the other videos that came before it on the same playlist, this would go up significantly, like in comparison to like the rest of the time it was there. It was meant that people were either watching a new episode and then remind themselves what happened previously, or new people would find the show and they were looking back at it. Either way, that's where most of the Mutant Girl views were coming from and still come from to this day. So season two, what I did was I actually decided that, okay, we're going to give you something here that has clues that you can come back to and watch at a second time, or even a third time or fourth time, or however many times it takes, depending on what episode it gets revealed, and you get something new out of it, and you see that there was like there's like an idea that was already there that you just wouldn't have all the context for yet. So that's how it becomes different each time that you view it. And then what happens that the view counts for the individual episodes actually end up doubling and sometimes tripling. So I can mark it sometimes. She also kind of contradicted herself, saying it was missing something story-wise. That's why I got the reach we'd hoped for, but also that story doesn't give the best marketing results. That was just a weird thing that I was hoping she could clarify, but she never actually came back to do so. So yeah, that was basically that. I know. Maybe I'll talk to her individually later. And then, of course, the last thing here was a spin-off about Terry, the Terry Chronicles. It's Terry time. So, yeah, I think we're done, basically. And to answer your question, we confirmed the Demon Girls, they don't look at Fallen Angels. Well, how about we hop over to Aiden's channel now, and we continue this stream, which he's hopefully been able to set up in the meantime, so no one actually gets up there getting lost. And we talk about some Fallen Angel stuff in the exact same way. Hopefully, it won't take as long because we've been here for an eternity, but we'll see. We like to talk. So, Aiden, have you got that ready?
No.
Okay.
Aiden!
We really have been here for an eternity.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours and 25 minutes.
I kind of forgot
That's
there was a
longer
clock up there.
That's longer than the average, like, 5 years later episode.
Well, yeah,
I
because that has a
see.
time frame. That's got a set length of a show to go through. And once you get to the end of that show, in theory, you should be close to the end of the stream.
Yes.
I have to go though, so I hope luck. If I can, I'll join back on the stream, but I have some things to do, so
If you have any
peace
Fallen
out.
stuff to say, remember something stuff to say, how about, like, type it in when he finally does the thing or something like that?
Okay, cool.
Or put it in the server, we can read it out.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
Yahoo!
No problem.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Actually, no, since it's Fallen Angel related, we should get Mimi in here, actually. Let's see what Alana thinks.
Well, I mean, that's a good idea, but I think she's recording still.
Oh.
Oh my god, I talked to Polar for the first time, like, ever. Yeah, that's basically it.
Did it go well or no?
I think so.
You think so?
I'm not really a good judge of that. It was just,
Okay.
oh, hey, and then hi, and then, like, talking pursued.
Right.
Pretty sure that's not supposed to be how conversations are described.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want me to? Oh, you already pinged. Okay.
I could hear Aiden listening to the song that I sent earlier.
Sorry.
Oh my god,
well,
oh my god.
Why are
Oh,
we still streaming? Aren't we gonna move? Should we end this?
Well, yeah, but I don't want to lose the people that are still here waiting, so they can then immediately jump onto Aiden's channel.
I don't really know how to set up a.
Well, yeah,
I don't
but
know
like,
how.
right. But
how
what
do
I'm saying is, we're still streaming at this very moment. Are we gonna end the stream? Or gonna stay in the call until we can move over?
We're gonna stay in the call until we can move over. Yes.
Yeah. So why is the
Also,
stream still going?
Because I don't want to lose the chat who can't stay in call that same way.
Oh.
All right. So,
and also, Josh, yes, I can confirm the Demon Girl Saves the Underworld is connected to the Butterverse as a whole.
Yeah. Welcome back, Curse Pikachu, as well. We're about to move over to Aiden's channel in a second, but we will get to that. And also, yeah, Arthur says, I can only stop by from say hi, got to get ready for a new job, had to wait extra week because of COVID. Well, good luck with your new job. Also, how those what ifs going? Well, tell me about that sometime. That's another thing, actually. I think I'm pretty sure I actually think I'm better at doing dialogue with Dragon Ball characters and like having them be distinct. I could try it later on to see if I can actually play the same game. Yeah.
Do you want to, like, teach me how to script write? Because I just write paragraphs and it doesn't really work well. Because I like blabber.
I mean, yeah, I can certainly do that. I mean, I could definitely bring you under one of my myriad of projects because I've got quite a few that I want to try and start. I have a bunch of new gacha shows I'm trying to get off the ground on the more Gacha from Jacob channel that aren't like Mutant Girl related or Barnabas related at all. So yeah, it might be a good place to start. Why not?
Yeah, I'm not too great at script writing either.
Can we start a new stream on your channel? Says Aiden. What?
Help!
That's not the point of this. I mean, if anything, if we could just stay on here if you want to talk about Fallen Angels on here.
We can just cut it here and move it to your channel later.
I mean, I can change the logo, actually, to be honest, and make it Fallen Angels.
You know what? No, I got this. Give me a minute.
I was gonna say,
yes, you do. You got this.
I was gonna say, Aiden, don't you have OBS or something?
I just need a.
What
Sneeze.
do be OBS?
Yeah, OBS is like
I-
designed to streams.
Okay, guys. Can you guys start a Discord call? So
I don't have
because-
Discord. Hold up. Let me
What do you mean don't
download
have
Discord on my laptop. I got
Okay,
a new
hold
laptop.
on.
BB,
Whoa, whoa,
Maya
whoa.
isn't in the butter bunch.
Yeah, whoa. Too many things happening at once there.
Open Discord.
Yeah,
Actually, I have a.
okay.
Wait, how
I mean,
do I
we can invite
download
him,
the app?
I don't know if he's on or not. He might be asleep.
Guys, how do you download the app from the website?
You go to the site and you download it.
Is it under like app settings?
Usually
Activity
a button.
settings?
Usually a button somewhere.
It's not that hard. You literally just do discord.com. It's right there in the front.
Oh, I'm on like the channels part.
What?
But by the way, you don't need to download the app to use Discord. You just go.
I know I'm on the
do it
website,
site.
but I'm pretty sure I always get issues with like audio, or I used to on my last laptop.
Yeah, that's why the browser version sucks.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to figure out how to download the app because I just
You
use the
download
browser.
the app by going to the website.
I went to the website and it brought me to all of my servers.
Okay,
Did
then
I
I guess
use it
log
earlier?
out.
Yeah, I already did that. I'm just waiting for it to load. But like, yeah, it brought me to all my servers because I had to use it to get the link to the restream because I wanted to talk, and I don't know. I really had no reason to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, little update. So, I spoke on stream a while back about how I was watching a series called 10 Candles, which is set in like a shared, or not shared union, but shared in like in like an expanded universe called the Phobos Saga. 10 Candles was all right. If I had to say anything about it, it's that I didn't get too attached with many characters, except for one arc. There is one arc that I genuinely cried about, and that was good. That was a good one. I won't say why, but it was good. I recommend watching 10 Candles, although it's a bit hard to get through. But the next series that came out was a Kids on Bikes playtest, which, even though it was a playtest, they still made it canon to this universe, and it was a lot better than 10 Candles. I mean, it had... I mean, I was back here punching the air. It was so cool. It was like mystery, but like superhero stuff. Oh man, it was great. It was a very short series though, but it was longer than 10 Candles. In 10 Candles was more of an
Okay, I'm
anthology
going live.
series.
Okay, great. Thank
I'm
you.
live.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
Okay,
my
right.
God.
Everyone move over. Everyone move
Please,
over to
okay.
Aiden's channel. Okay, go.
Yeah.
We'll stay here until the count
Yeah,
goes to 0.
We stay in restream for the audio. I'm just gonna be playing Minecraft in the background, so I actually am showing something.
Where
So, yeah.
where's the
It's
thing?
on my channel. On my channel.
I mean, I could just swap. All right, I can just swap you over.
Okay.
Like, okay, we can do Fallen Angels. Like, if the caption is on, if we can see our images.
Yeah, I
Can we
mean,
see our images.
I mean,
wait, what?
can't do that, guys. On a technical, this is a technical issue. I can't. I could do that, but I have to be looking at your tab and it'd be kind of weird. I mean, I could do that. Maybe I will do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Aiden, if you don't play Minecraft, looking at a certain tab doesn't become an issue. Just saying.
No, I mean, I'm literally playing Minecraft. I can play Minecraft
how do?
for the visuals while we talk.
Oh, I see what he's saying. So we're gonna speak in the background, and on his stream, he'll be playing Minecraft.
Just to
Yeah,
get
I know he was saying that. He was quite clear. I've been like, okay, if he's
Okay.
if he was worried about like different visuals and stuff, that's what we have our face cams for.
Oh.
Anyways, hello, stream.
All right, I'm ending my stream. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you everyone for joining about that. Go to Aiden's channel. Do it now.
Yeah, Jacob's
Yep.
ending his stream. Anyways, hello stream.